Gotcha, Ricky. Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Today we have the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Random Settings League Losers Bracket Finals between Kirox and r0bd0g. With me on commentary today is August. How are you doing?
I am doing well.
I'm looking forward to a good match. I've got the loser. We've got here two very good runners. Rob, one of the well known for being a lover of Master Quest, and also just a very good runner for RSL. Kirox being a versatile runner who plays both random settings and more traditional settings. It'll be starting shortly here. Kirox also is one of our many very strong French runners in the community. Let's see, looking at the starting menu, we've got some funny stuff. We've got some hilarious stuff here. You start with a lens. That's open fountain, open door of time, and max rupees.
Yep.
Also, we go on ruby and 4 hearts, so nothing too terrible.
Yeah, it looks like a decent start. Basically, that lens means no nonsense, lens logic shenanigans way the hero. All starting with the full wall, it's always nice. We're starting here in the Temple of Time. Kirox going straight for that pedestal. 11 Skulltulas for the bridge.
Oh, 11 skull bridge and open door. All right, that's not bad.
Wow.
Also, you're slightly
where are these skull tokens? We could be
you're
looking at a
slightly
good
ahead, by the way.
market where the hero Ganon's Tower Baron of Treasure. Oh,
all trials on. Yikes.
Okay. 1500 is something.
1500 dead. Oh god. We've also got Ocarina Shuffle.
Ocarina Shuffle, not bad. But 11 tokens to open the bridge? So we need 11 tokens. We need magic, bow, and light arrows. That's 15
Hi,
things.
Impacal is in the...
1 token. Down.
Is in the... We've also got some form of token Sandy, and Impacal is there. So we've got indoor entrance random. We at least don't have dungeon ER. Or don't have overworld ER. So... Yep, they have market is full list. We have all 6 trials are on. The Ocarina of Time item being hinted dead means that we have Ocarina Shuffle. That could be a problem.
Yep, that hint was the item thrown by Princess Zelda is I think it was a recovery heart or some piece of garbage. But so the question will be, is Song Sanity on? That is a separate item.
Yep, okay, there's a great fairy fountain in the Cack Bottom House as it's known.
I call that the Tower House. You know, it's kind of at the base of the tower that you climb there.
That's usually called the Bottom House, for lack of a better name.
We have a simple indoor shuffle on. That's always nice, as the potion shop here in Kakariko is vanilla. Unless he runs out the back and it's a separate entrance. Chances
no, that looks like vanilla. That also seems to be shops too.
Well, there is a small chance that it could, it could be vanilla.
Oh wait, no, that's shops 4, because that's a 300 rupee Deku shield.
Yep.
Didn't quite catch the price of the shield first time around. That is full shop sanity. Yay!
Also gonna want to note that Skulltula, hopefully, of course, with 100 out there, we're gonna find 11 pretty quickly, and maybe it's the bow magic and light arrows that are the troll this seed, but this is looking to be an exciting one.
Yep. 30 skulls is dead. Yeah, this could take anywhere between 30 minutes and 6 hours. Hi, Walla in the back of Cack, which was a vanilla grotto. Vanilla generic grotto, at least. We can't tell if it's a correct generic grotto just yet. And this is the same rule set as standard PJ for allowed glitches. In other words, 0.
Yeah, we can ground jump, we can flame storage. That is about it. Otherwise, they are going to be working on their technical knowledge of the mechanics of the game.
Yeah,
and
all
just
right.
how
There's the
confident they
windmill.
are at performing some of these tricks.
Yeah.
Ooh, and we do have Song Sanity.
Ooh, because there is a song in the windmill, just not on the usual check. And that is Bolero on the windmill item.
And no ocarina, so we can't even get the item that's on Guru there in the windmill.
Nope. We've got full song sanity, everyone. There's the Granny Potion Shop in the Adult Shooting Gallery.
Skulltula House and Dampe's Grave. Oh, well. Dampe's Grave has been moved to the Skulltula House, and Mido has moved into Dampe's hut. Ooh, and we have an eyeball frog.
Okay. And just as his match's contents is off, because there's a small token in a small chest with token bridge. Selling Tampus. Zora Tunic on Adult Anju.
Oh yes, chest size matches contents. That's one I tend to forget about until I see one of those tiny gilded chests.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also to note, we haven't seen any keys yet, so it's looking pretty good for no keys sanity. Maybe we're looking at a keysy seed.
Could be dungeon only key sanity. There's a few different options still.
Right, that's one of the newer options available to us. Really exciting to be able to decide whether you want keys in the dungeons or the overworld. Of course, Random Settings League, these runners, just like everybody here, we're discovering all this as we're going. Just 5 minutes ago, we knew next to nothing about the seed, minus our starting items, a couple of deductions from the starting screen. But other than that, everyone in chat, us and commentator booth, as well as the runners, learning all this on the fly.
Currently updating our settings command, our settings tracker, sorry.
Alright, these look like vanilla grottos. For anyone not in the know, grottos and graves are in a separate entrance pool. You can select exclusively for the interior randomizer. OoTR has been shaken up quite a bit recently.
It has. Alright, let's see. Redumpe race. Junk! I did see a hint that it was a heart container, though, so there is that. Okay, I forgot to write down the Temple of Time hints. Whoops.
That was the market is way the hero. Ganon's castle is barren. 1500 is I forget what. And I
thought it was market foolish. Ganon's all trials on.
All trials on. Okay. But market was way the hero.
Okay, all trials.
Definitely in blue text.
Okay, all trials. I know that it was OT.
Here.
Yeah, OT item is dead, and I forgot in the fourth.
Toxic oxygen, third commentator, maybe fourth, depending on how many are in here. Kind of like Among Us, third imposter. Always loved seeing you in chat, buddy. But it looks like Kirox is a little bit more efficient than r0bd0g, running through CAC in the graveyard here. But r0bd0g
it's way of the hero HBA. Apparently, Chad is just seriously confused, and 1500 was dead. Was the last hint, right? And I believe there's 30 skulls dead in back of CAC.
But all those checks in Kakariko and the graveyard, just 2 Skulltula tokens.
Zora Tunic and not much else.
Yeah, we are 13 items away from go mode if you include all the Skulltulas. And of course, we don't know if anything is locked behind trials. We don't know.
Well, August, trials are on. They need everything for trials.
Oh, right. We need to clear the trials to get to Ganon.
Yes, because it said that Ganon's tower is protected by a powerful barrier. That means that all 6 trials are on.
Gotcha. That hint didn't quite sink in until just now.
I can tell.
All right.
That's a vanilla overworld token on the outside Ganon's castle skull. We don't yet know what variety of skull sanity is on. We just know that some kind of skull sanity is. Also, to know that we did not get medallion info from the pedestal, so maps compasses give info. Who knows where those are?
I don't think I noticed any in that shop, but we're about to get a bunch more shops right here. Hopefully. Maybe not.
I'm looking at that's a junk house. To put it mildly.
Isn't that Saria's house?
Yeah, it's a junk house in terms of functionality. I doubt writing it down.
That's not very nice.
Okay, stable in the market potion shop. That's a junk house. Or front of it, because maybe it's useless at any rate.
Yeah. I don't know who lives there, so we can be mean to them.
No cow sanity. Because stable. Oh, skull houses in bowling.
Ugh, we can be mean to them. They're jerks.
Ons, Zeph, 11. Okay, Zora's shop in child shooting.
Quite the divergence here. r0bd0g using time of day to come here at night. He knows he's guaranteed this check here. But Kirox kind of just checking entrances. r0bd0g now checking a couple of these entrances at night. But I think it's this is a very smart play on Mr. r0bd0g here.
Okay, there's one of the Bazaar's beer deck is not shuffled. That is good.
Thank God. Everyone can breathe that sigh of relief.
It's always good to have.
Absolutely.
And that is our second vanilla overall token. I did not catch if there was a tunic.
There was a tunic where? In the Goron shop?
Yeah, just in any of
there. One is wallet lock.
Jabu is foolish. Good hint. In the castle.
Nice. So we can buy 2 of those tokens with our adult wallet. But of course, Rob is prioritizing that Deku Shield. Don't know anything about dungeons. Don't know if they're randomized. Don't know if yeah, what's going on with those. Meanwhile, Kirox now waiting out the time of day. Seeing r0bd0g's strategy come into play.
I think I should write down all the relevant entrances. Okay, there was a tunic, so that's a good thing. Alright, I'll turn myself down a bit and August up a bit then, because it seems like you're a bit quiet, chat. And Ricky did the same. Let me see about updating our hint commands, because we have hints. Market and market is chat is market foolish or way of the hero because you guys can't agree and I forgot.
Blue.
So it's a way of the hero then. Way of the hero it is then. Market way of the hero, which we haven't seen anything in it. It might be 10 or 20 skulls.
But depending on how long the seed goes, this time that Kirox is waiting could be more or less detrimental. The longer it goes on, the less detrimental it will be. But r0bd0g really benefiting from knowing how to manipulate that time of day to his advantage here in the,
Alright, 30 skulls is dead. I see one of my fellow restreamers has been helping with hints, except for 30 skulls is dead and the OOT item needed to be added to the commands. Fixed now, should be set. Let me just click. Okay, 40 skulls is dead was the second. Okay, thank you. That is also getting added to the command. Skull Bridge is an odd one.
It's a nice one if you ask me. Much better than 67, 78. Not as nice as 69, but whatever. But as you notice there, r0bd0g waiting very little to hatch that egg, wasting very little time waiting for that time of day to change. Let's see what Impa has for us.
She has Fire Boss Key. Well, we've got Boss Key Sanity, everyone.
Alrighty.
Fantastic. We have at least overworld Boss Key Sanity. We might have full Boss Key Sanity.
But we don't have Ganon's Boss Key. That's a good thing. That's
yes, because Ganon's Boss Key is a separate setting in OoTR. No, really, they might not have much need for the Fire Boss Key. It depends if anything's in Volvagia that we need, pretty much.
There are plenty of Hammerlock checks here on the overworld scattered about.
But that's not the same as needing the Fire Boss Key, August.
Oh, that's true. Well. True. It is early, sorry. I'm waking up still.
Yeah, no worries. I'm waking up still myself. Both woke up pretty early for this, because this started at 8 a.m. for my time and 6 a.m. for you.
Yep.
Yeah, so apologies if we sound a little tired. Okay, the Goron shop was in the back alley. I forgot to write down where it was, just that it was... Yeah.
It is a cold and snowy 6 a.m. here in eastern Montana.
Didn't know you live in Montana. I am not sure what the weather is here in western New York, but it is cool.
So we see Kirox now making their way back up to the castle, but they're going to have to wait another time of day cycle. Yep. Meanwhile, r0bd0g back in Kokiri Forest, vanilla spawns, so spawning at that simple indoor Link's house, and we have the silo at Mido's.
Which is accessible, because this is one of the things that we keep an eye out for in terms of Beat Lonely, is where are two Nixon? Where is the silo? Which settings are randomized? It's also, there is a command here for that. I totally missed what the fairy ocarina check was there. Whoops. Did you catch it?
Just a bloopy.
Excellent.
And a great fairy fountain here at the, is that the twins' house?
I think that might have been, no, that's a different one. I think it's Snoodle. I can never remember, though. At any rate, that is, I think, our 5th Great Fairy Fountain. We've seen 4 of it. And Toxic confirming that it is the know-it-all. I just wrote it down as Kokiri because, as someone who's just watching, it doesn't really matter which particular house. If you're running, you want to know which exact house it is, but as a viewer, you kind of don't much matter. We have Kokiri Sword Shuffle, fairly typical, but that's not fun when you have no idea where the random settings, considering stick access is annoying.
What r0bd0g is here in the Kokiri Forest to find. But we have to keep in mind there are new viewers here in the chat here on ZSR. So always useful to give them some inside scoop, help them learn the randomizer. So here in Kokiri Forest, this is the Vanilla Saria's house, and it is our guard house today, and hopefully the Skulltula has a prize for us.
I'm thinking it's overworld. Yeah, that's I think at least our 4th overworld skull to vanilla skull. So I think it's just dungeon small keys, little sanity today.
Looking very good to open up our bridge early, and get those trials cleared.
The Zora scale for 135.
Not too shabby.
And a Nocturne for 110.
Think we're gonna do Nocturne. No, never mind. Foot in my mouth, as r0bd0g says, I want that scale for travel access. Thank you very much, August.
Yeah, I mean, it's better, I mean, without an ocarina, and who knows where the hell that is.
At Longmont Ranch is always an interesting one with indoors on. We do have a shop here, so might want to come back for this token. Gonna pick up that $85 200 rupee.
A Kiri shop at a ranch with a Zora tunic in it, that is at least accessible. I did not catch if it was closed. Deku, there's bowling in the ranch.
Yep, definitely gonna have to come, well, maybe have to come back to ranch, but gonna note that you might want it. Tons of note-taking for trackers and these racers.
I'm taking plenty of notes on my own sheet. Big Goron is still... Okay, Big Goron dead. But thank you for catching that. Because I am trying to take notes on my own Excel spreadsheet, and it is complicated.
Yeah,
OoTR's song is dead.
Nice. So even though we did start with the free stone, aren't gonna have to be hunting down any stones. Find our first scrubs. It's a mysterious item, Big Goron sword. Alrighty. So
also, cheap scrubs, that is convenient. And nice. Song of Storms on the ranch scrubs.
So r0bd0g's gonna want to make his way over here sooner rather than later. I imagine he will. But about 20 minutes into the seed, we've discovered a whole lot. We've discovered our win conditions. We found out overworld skulls are gonna be vanilla, or most likely. So opening
that was also Giant's Knife, as chat points out. Thank you.
Oh, right.
So that's Metagoron and Carpet Salesman Shuffle. Lovely.
Opening up our Ganon's Castle is right there. We have our bow. So
yep.
We're looking for our trials.
So 2 bows.
Nice. So we have a wallet in logic. We have shop sanity, so that's not too bad. Even the Metagoron Carpet Salesman won't be too difficult once we have access to those. The real thing here is going to be those trials that they're going to want to clear out. As we know, there are all trials on, but unfortunately, we don't have anything other than that bow to clear those trials.
Nope, none at all.
And what do we really need to clear those trials? For Spirit, we know we need some a Mirror Shield.
Mirror Shield, Bomb Shoots, Hookshot.
Yep, need that Hookshot unless... I know r0bd0g knows some shenanigans to do Spirit Trial Hookshotless. Hover
both
boots.
do, but they kind of would like Hookshot for other trials also. Yeah, that is a terrible spot for fishing. It's accessible, but it's in the silo, which is not convenient. And just a bloopy on the Saria song check. Burning Cat is dead.
So we definitely need 3 strength upgrades. We need a Mirror Shield. What else do we need to complete trials? We need a hammer for ice.
Hammer.
Fire source. So we obviously need magic for not only the trials, but to kill the pig.
Yep. Frogs 2 is dead. It's balanced at this point. Yeah, we've seen enough Harpies and Heart Containers. Colossus left hand dead.
So these runners don't really have a direction, given that they don't really know all the entrances here. Have we seen anybody check the Deku tree?
Closed. They can't.
It's closed, that's right. Sword? No sword, closed Deku. Huh. We do have open fountain, no bottles, so we can't get into Jabu. Yeah, we're gonna have to go adult to get into a dungeon, it looks like. Unless we maybe r0bd finds something here.
Heart Piece is vanilla, and 30 Skulls is still dead.
Yep, couple hint stones here in the river for r0bd0g to check, an entrance or 2. He does not have Song of Storms, so he cannot open up that, or no, it was Nocturne, not Storms, that Kirox got. Never mind.
Purple Song. August. And so those who don't know, in song sanity of any kind, the songs are color-coded. So Zelda's Lullaby and Bolero are both red, Zapona Song and Requiem are both orange, Saria's and Minya are green, Sun Song and Prelude are yellow, Song of Time and Serenade are blue, and then Nocturne and Song of Storms are purple. We also have Bean Sanity. Lovely!
Ooh, nice. Yeah, always like to see Bean Sanity. But yeah, as as Star mentioned, tons of color options. As you see on Kirox's screen, I don't think we mentioned his tunic color. r0bd0g always running vanilla, minus that B button. I guess B and A. He's got the GameCube scheme going on there.
And we have the lens mini game that I missed earlier here in the Kokiri shop. I forgot to write that down. Let me write that down.
But I was gonna mention from the colors, to be determined at a later date, eventually, sometime, colored keys.
Yeah, PJ, you can do minus skip without a bow. You can do minus skip without anything, in fact, and I know both runners know to do that. OGC is OGC.
Absolutely.
That's our final fairy fountain. Thanks, game.
But what's the fairy inside gonna say to us?
But that is a okay. That is our 6th fairy fountain located. We are just missing one. I've also missed a hint there at Upper River.
That was Gerudo Training Ground is on the way of the hero.
Oh, good to know.
For anyone doesn't know what that means, the way of the hero means that there is something that the game expects you to have to beat the seed in that location. Now, these runners, they're really good. This is, we're nearing the end of Season 2 of RSL, so they might not need what's in there.
So the bow does make might have skipped significantly easier. August and I have done quite a bit of, we're the 2 admins for the SG Live OOTR tourney, so that would be where you would have heard us on SG, or anyone on SG, really. They're primarily...
So positively.
Yep, but no, Might skip is easier with a bow, or really any kind of first-person item. It is not perfect, though. Also, hi, Mask Shop in the Zora shop.
Yep, r0bd0g picking up that Keaton. But yeah, you can use the bow, you can use a hook shot, you can even use some magical arrows without the bow.
Could be Silver Gauntlets. Sorry, whoops. The SG. I tend to think of Silver Gauntlets as TSG and Speed Gaming as SG. It doesn't help that August and I have done stuff with SG. 40 Skulls is still dead. It looks like we have just the Season 3 hidden distribution here.
Oh, that's interesting. I just noticed that. Silver Gauntlet, Speed Gaming.
The Silver Gauntlets hosted the co-op tournament and is currently hosting the Challenge Cup. I am an admin for that. August and I helped were the two main OTR admins for the Speed Gaming Live OTR tourney as well. So yeah, we're around a fair bit. August is a pretty prolific hub. I admin a few different things as well as commentate and other stuff.
Yep. Gotta get my OOTR fanboy card out. I was familiar of a streamer known as Amazing Ampharos from the Zelda 1 random community. Noticed him streaming one day Ocarina of Time Randomizer, and that just blew my mind. Like, wait, what? I'm gonna check this thing out. Ocarina of Time is like always consistently voted top 3, if not the best video game of all time. And I fell in love with it right from the get-go, and joined ZSR, joined the Discord, was doing a little bit of commentary with Z1R at that point, so volunteered my voice for some Season 1 tournament, and have been here ever since. And happy to lend my voice here to RSL.
The frog on the tracker is the frog.
Caro. But here in the fountain for the first time, r0bd0g picking up some hints. Can't jump into that fish. He knows a nifty trick to get in there, but it's not allowed in the rule set.
Yeah, the frog is a frog. I mean, what else do I say to that? GTG is still waving here, but yes.
Right.
The frog on the tracker is the eyeball frog. I don't know what else to tell you.
It is part of the adult trading quest sequence of items that you need to turn into various NPCs throughout Hyrule Field to eventually get the final prize, which unfortunately, for any fans of the Trading Quest, has been hinted as dead. You see these runners run up to these, what are called Sheikah Stones or Gossip Stones, and these settings, thankfully, they are giving these runners hints here and there as to some of the more out-of-the-way checks that are more time-consuming and would indicate a longer, harder seed for them to complete. Thankfully, most of them turn up dead. Let's, everybody please with me, let's knock on some wood. Hope I didn't just jinx them.
Yeah. How I found out about it here, I don't remember. I just found out, I think, just off YouTube at some point. I found out about ZSR by finding the Season 1 VODs on YouTube. And I kind of really started coming in midway through Season 3, so it's been close to a year. It's been about 10 months now, but I'm relatively newer.
And r0bd0g making great use of his silver scale out here to the lake, and Kirox, no hesitation, also gonna pick up that silver scale. Oh wait, no, I think
double
that's
check
a
how our
different
hint
scale.
commands are holding up. OT teaches junk and Zelda throws junk. OT is dead and dead.
That's a bomb.
Oh hey! I just see that is one carpenter. Can't complain.
Dropping a 5 gift sub. Bomb.
Oh, nice! Thank you. Power to the pandas. Yeah.
I like pandas. Anyone who doesn't like pandas, I don't know. Trez, am I allowed to tell anyone with pandas to get out of here? I think Trez would back me up on that.
Something don't def.
Of course, August. Everybody loves pandas.
Alright, chat. Give me a 1 out of 10. How good was that Trezco impersonation? I'm open to criticisms and critiques.
I'm just gonna laugh. Alright, Bigoron is still dead. Backlink hint.
Not more than a 2. Alright, that's what I expected. -1. Aww.
I'm gonna not bother giving you a number. Alright. Kirox is choosing to go back down the river while Rob took the underwater shortcut in Domain.
Engineer getting it. 3.14.
And Mask of Truth is dead. Alright. Playing. For those who are curious, this seed also took 3 minutes to generate for some reason, so I'm a little concerned about what kind of nonsense it ends up being, because it doesn't normally take 3 minutes to roll. Lolon Ranch is named the hero. There's a good chance it's for the Song of Storms, especially with Scrub Sanity on. Song of Storms talks a lot of stuff.
No, it's not going to take 3 minutes. Maybe 3 more minutes, but highly unlikely. Ooh, all hail Lord Banana here in the shop.
And a boss key for the Water BK for 60. I didn't catch how much the boomerang was.
85.
Okay, boomerang is 115.
We got a cheap banana. Bananas on special today here on ZSR.
Yep. Alright, writing down, rang in. Yep. 115 is a great deal on a banana.
Yeah, very convenient place if dungeons aren't shuffled.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a Baron Jabu, but that is still helpful. Yeah, I found one of our trackers who is also the owner of our SL bot is going to check what the log goes. It's likely that it just failed other settings combinations, and that's still not great when it takes 3 minutes.
Yeah,
I was like, is the bot broken? Because the bot was broken earlier in the week, so I was like, I hope the bot didn't break again. It eventually fixed itself, but that was not great.
As mentioned, GS Kirox, a great French runner here. r0bd0g has written a lot of logic. Including lots of logic for the Master Quest.
Prelude in the Open Grotto, and Worst Scrub in the Crater is dead, a child-only one.
But speaking of Master Quest, we don't know anything about dungeons, and there might be some Master Quest sprinkled throughout this seed.
I've seen 2 OoTR GTG hints, one in Zora's River, one in Zora's Fountain. Yeah.
Speaking of GTG, r0bd0g is heading over to the valley.
They're both picking up quite a lot of items so far. We're starting to get there for... So another runner is wanting to go adult, but they do have the option of just doing pretty extensive child cleanup right now. Trying to pick up a lot of skulls, because you can get quite a lot of skulls as child pretty easily.
Yep.
Boomerang gets you 11 without any
right
issue.
There. But not enough rupees for him to grab that boomerang in that shop there.
Unfortunately so, the wallet helps, but it is still full shot. It is still scrub sanity and shop sanity, so there is a lot of stuff to be spent on.
Yep, and speaking of money, well, there's 21 bucks, an extra one from the crate. But there's also a vanilla grotto that you don't often see. You might see sometimes on RSL, but there is a grotto just to the right of r0bd0g there, underneath that silver boulder that you saw as he was flying to the crate.
That one has a Dr. Rock and some
a bunch of money. Yeah, good location if you're in the area. Temple of Time is foolish.
Temple of Time, foolish. So we don't need any of our medallions, it seems, because Burning Cack is dead and OT. OT is dead, and Temple of Time is foolish. We don't need any of our dungeon rewards. We don't need them for the. We don't need our stones for OT. Or Mask of. We don't need our stones for OT or Mask of Truth. We don't need our Forest Fire or Water medallions or Burning Cack. We don't even need our Forest medallion for the Temple of Time. Okay, we just don't need dungeon rewards. Good to know. So the fire and water boskies we've seen are probably not useful unless there's an item on Volvagia or Morpha, and we don't need Shadow or Spiritful Axe either. We just don't need dungeon rewards. Like,
r0bd0g is checking some scrubs here.
Yep, has 70 rupees, which is plenty enough.
Yeah, I was wondering if he was gonna maybe route back into Domain for some money. The diving game, but he might just get some money here. Certainly gonna spend 30.
Token. Let's see, token.
One away?
I think he's one away, yeah. And that's 8 for Kirox. They're both getting close. And there is Song of Time on the Lake Scrubs.
Yeah, that is a very useful item, especially he's just opened up about to open up the castle. Little known use for Song of Time in the Shadow Trial. If you don't have Hookshot and you don't have Hover Boots, you walk in there, you play Song of Time, and you can get that first check.
There it is, one of 4 ways to get there. Hookshot, Hover Boots, Song of Time, or Fire Arrows, plus Bow of Magic, obviously, work. But yes, you do need an Ocarina, which they don't have.
Oh, right.
Market's Way of the Heroes. So is this a skull house? Is it for 10 skulls? No, that's a nut. Because we do have a Market Way of the Hero, and I don't think we saw anything in it besides the skull house, so that's probably 20 skulls.
Alright, was there any fairy fountains in here?
Was there a fairy fountain market? I think I don't remember writing one down, at least.
If there was, someone in chat might help us out.
Oh, there was it, and cows are off. I'm not sure what's Way of the Hero then in market. Something is, I just don't know what.
Maybe it was a Skullfula token.
There was one on the Impa cow, I remember that much.
Yeah, honestly,
but there were also quite
a
few in the shops. But it is unlikely because we do have overall tokens are vanilla and it's not an 11 skull. You can get 11 overall skulls even without getting the shuffle tokens.
Without a bottle? Without... I don't know. Was the wallet in Logic?
There's quite a few Sphere Zero skulls in is Child. The boomerangs in Logic, it's easy enough to get 11.
Oh right, the boomerang was 85. Okay, yeah.
No, it was 115, but they have a wallet. It's...
I think it was 85 for the boomerang. Maybe I'm
No, I think you could. One of us. It's affordable at any rate. It wasn't too
It's
wallet
affordable
lock,
to
is the
them,
point.
certainly. Yeah. 55.
115
Rob Dog's
confirming
11th token.
Yeah. Okay. Chat confirming it was a 115, and somebody can't read.
Oh yeah, no, my eyesight is terrible.
I'm bad too. It's alright. But yeah, so Market Wave the Hero is still unresolved, likely 20 skulls at this point, because I don't think there's much else.
Oh, and chat saying Ranch Way the Hero?
Yeah, it is Ranch Wave the Hero. That was in the Lake Lab. Probably for the Song of Storms and the Scrubs.
Right, Scrubs.
That's the most likely option for what's Wave the Hero there. There's a lot that Storms opens up, especially in Scrub Sanity. There's quite a few Scrub Grottos that opens.
And this is one of the weirdest grottos in the game. Only open as a child.
Yep, the hold literally doesn't exist as adult.
Can't bomb it open, can't hammer it open, can't have opponents stampede it open.
Yep, it just doesn't exist.
Oh man, that gave me a good idea. What if Epona could stomp open grottos? Supercharge Epona. Give her like enhance her horseshoes or something.
Yep. So, although to know that we can't actually get into the well until we find a Ocarina, or do anything else with our slugs until we get an Ocarina, because this is a standard rule set, modified to be a little more random settings friendly, but it's still the standard rule set because which means no glitches, including any form of Ocarina items. Words.
Yep.
I'm really bad at glitches.
You can flame storage. There's one or two spots where you can like use your sword to like recoil, but like for example, using that
is considered glitchless technically.
Yeah, but for example, right, if you were to do it coming out of Ice Cavern to like boost your speed through the water, that's not allowed. So that's why I say like there's kind of like a caveat with recoil. So like I always want to like add that disclaimer because I oftentimes put my foot in my mouth.
Yep. All right. Beautiful time of day for Kirox here. Great for Danpe and for skulls.
Yep. As mentioned, Rob Dog using that time of day early on in the seed to his advantage. Kirox making up for it now.
Yep. As Rob goes around the ranch. Cuckoo dives are also not allowed, along with most other glitches. There's only one clip allowed, and that's the one through the Shadow Crushers. Mostly because there is a glitchless way to do it. It's just a real pain in the rear.
Yep, if there's a glitchless way to do it, you can find a way around clipping.
Scorpio's Finest Gambit in the Shadow Temple, the Room of the Crushers, where you're supposed to pull a block out and push it through the crushers. It takes absolutely forever. You can do a little backflip, and it'll put you on top.
Yeah, it's about 40%, just before the halfway mark of the Shadow Temple. But it's a pretty hype room. There's 3 chests and a vanilla Skulltula in there. So if Shadow Temple is required and on the way of the hero, chances are you'll get to see it. But let's check out what does Dampe have for us tonight, this morning.
We can also see the Dampe Hut entrance if Kirox chooses. That is a night-only entrance as child and can be a severe pain to route in.
Dampe's Hut is only open as child? No,
it is only open at night as child.
At night.
That was my this house, right? I forgot. Never mind. I'm a dingus. You're fine.
Yeah, I remember.
Random settings league tends to mess with my brain.
Oh, it messes with everyone's brain. I'm surprised these runners do it as well as they do.
Yeah.
And like I don't know if I said it on air or before, but I don't know how they do it without a map tracker. Like, especially like if Overworld is on, like that's just nuts.
It is to keep track of. I mean, it helps to have practice because it is a lot. As a viewer, I have to take fairly extensive notes so I can commentate on things.
I use chat primarily for my note taking, but I most of the time I have a tracker, my map tracker up.
Yeah. All right. Hey, our last
bugs.
move on engine chickens.
Well, at least we didn't have to collect them all.
Yeah, there is that because the chicken count is randomized.
Chicken percent. Unfortunately, they didn't take my suggestion in the hashtag suggestions channel of Discord. Should make the if it's just one, you should make that cuckoo blue, and then you have to hunt find the blue cuckoo.
Yes, that is all 3 Biosphere 0. 2 of them were on the Scrubs by the Deku Theater. The 3rd was there. That's dumb.
And Kirox is hosting a Walking Dead stream here.
Rithrin, you can check out the ZSR schedule to see when matches have been booked. I can't spell. That is where you can find a schedule of all matches on ZeldaSpeedRuns, including a number of different things, because we have a lot of different matches on here.
Yeah, you like the Zelda series, and you don't know about Zelda speedruns? You're about to be blown away. We got vanilla Zeldas, we got randomizer Zeldas, Zelda's 2, Zelda's 3, Zelda's 5, 6,
the brackets are a little harder to find because those depend on which bracket, and you have to you want to check the Discord and whatnot because those are more tricky. Because let me find the season 4 brackets for you though, but that is separate.
Season 4 or RSL?
Yeah, that's the other thing. This is RSL. That is the RSL bracket. The CC bracket is here. Those are 2 entirely different things.
There are a bunch of events going on right now. This is the Random Settings League. We are nearly finished up with Season 2 of RSL.
Winners Finals is this Sunday.
Yep. Currently, there is Season 4 of the Standard Tournament going on. That is kind of just starting. Finishing up round 1 of the brackets. Moving on to a couple of round 2s. Yep.
Round 1 is done, August. It is losers round 1 and winners round 2 right now.
Nice. I think maybe then I have a round 1 match or 2 to catch up on.
Probably. We also have the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Challenge Cup. It is being featured over at Twitch, the Silver Gauntlets. I admin over there, so I will admit I'm a bit biased, but you can find a load of CC information over there because we host a secondary tourney for those who were 33rd through 96th in qualifiers.
Yeah, and maybe you're like me, and for a split second, maybe a little longer, you were thinking, what's Kirox doing still collecting skulls? And then, oh wait, the Skulltula house still has 4 more unknown checks for us. Or
no, we've seen 30, 40, and 50. It's 20, though, is likely our Wave the Hero in market.
So we're going to see these runners collect probably at least 20 skulls before the seed is over.
Now, Scorpios, is that speed gaming or silver gauntlets? Because there is a distinction, and people tend to call both SG. Oh, 50 hasn't been seen, right? True. But it wouldn't be the Wave the Hero in market anyway, because, that's hinted. Silver gauntlets, okay.
Yep, Speed Gaming tends to do 1 event for their Speed Gaming Live. They've done that 2 years in a row now, as well as some random crowd control events, some other showcases or not. But Zelda Speedruns and the Silver Gauntlets are where you want to go to get your Zooter fix on a weekly, if not daily basis.
Because they've really got OT out the wazoo. If you want OTR, there's plenty to be had between the Silver Gauntlets, here, and our French partners. We have a lot going on.
Oh, right. You speak a little French. Parlez-vous français? Then don't listen to me. You know where to go.
Yep, vous avez beaucoup de rediffusions françaises pour le Challenge Cup et pour la saison 4. We have plenty of race streams for both Season 4 and the CC at various channels, including but not limited to Casey Neko, Marco primarily for Season 4, but we also have Sanzo, Papi, Manu, and others. merci, chat. A little toxic. Yeah, I'm better. I've never had the flu. I just had a bit of sniffle earlier in the week.
So we got a random high five going in different directions, but both runners, Child going through Hyrule Field, different times of day, but I don't know how often we're going to be seeing this.
Hello, the spell. Yeah, I switched briefly to French. I mostly do my best to stick to English, but occasionally I switch it to French for various reasons. If you are a French person or seeker who is not understanding our English, there are a number of French speakers in chat who can probably help. We do have a pretty large French community here, after all. Kirox being one of them.
Yeah, I know maybe like 6 words in French. Now, random sounds, I got you covered on that one. And I think, oh wait, no. A couple more skulls for r0bd0g. One more before he reaches 20. And let's see how Kirox handles his route from the valley to the lake.
Yeah, we do have plenty of Europeans in the OoTR community. Many French runners, plenty of Germans, we have some Dutch, a lot of British runners, plenty of runners just generally. We have runners from all over the world. I occasionally pull out French on commentary, and I have on a couple of very rare and very exceptional occasions pulled out Mandarin Chinese on commentary, because we do have a Taiwanese runner in the top 32. So you will very rarely hear me switch to Mandarin for that, but mostly we do try to stick to English. But we certainly have runners from all over the place. We even have a growing South American community. We have quite a number of Brazilians and yes. Yes, we have Hell Knight from Luxembourg, one of the organizers of the Slip Gauntlets.
Yeah, and you might have noticed that German flag on the channel. That is because our leader and, well, the founder of ZSR is Trezko.
Yep, sorry, I had...
in Germany.
Something got stuck
my
in my
co-commentator takes care of their throat. Commentator can't commentate without the use of their larynx and other glottal pieces of their body. Yeah, no dying. Dying is not allowed on Twitch. That would definitely get us immediately removed if there's any death. Unless it's like Stelphos death or Gwei death. You kill every Gwei that you see. Gwei are terrible creatures. They will knock you down. They will peck at your head incessantly. It is not cool. But what is cool, Lord Banana and a skull full of
that. Sorry. Something stuck in my throat. Oopsies, I should be better now. Sorry about that.
Yes, death of fictional characters is permitted on Twitch. Death
and no, Trust not found ZSR.
People.
I think he took it over at some point, but he is currently our main head. We do love to meme, but we also love Trez.
Founder.
No, I am not a fictional character, lol.
But r0bd0g here at the 52.5-minute mark has returned to his adult form, skipping the delightful years of puberty. Let's see where he takes this route. It's been an interesting seed thus far. I'm guessing he's gonna go into the trials, yeah.
Sense.
Yeah, right. There isn't a whole lot open to him. We don't have explosives. We don't have access to the desert, or even really access to the crater.
No, we don't have much of anything. Well, we can blow up Link the Goron with a bow.
Oh, wow. Okay, r0bd0g only going adult to set his time of day. Looks like he's interested in damply digging. He's interested in getting that 20th skull.
Yeah, I mean, I guess with the market wave here, that would make a lot of sense, because there's 20 skulls, and that's about it for what's left there. Oh, Kirox's time of day is horrible for this skull.
Yeah, really kind of r0bd0g. This is now his second time showing off just how much he's thinking about time of day.
It might be Skullhouse too for Kirox. Yeah, this is just at any rate. He's staring at this pillar for a bit. The Skullhouse is in a bowling entrance, so it's available as night or day.
I think he maybe, it's about an hour in. I think he's just maybe using the restroom. He's getting a little privacy. It's like, you're hiking in the woods with your friends, and one of them goes off to the side behind a tree. He's just taking a little break.
Yes, it has to be 20 because none of our entrances had much of anything. That could be Way of the Hero, and none of the checks had much of anything that could be Way of the Hero. We did Cow City is off. We saw Impus Cow in the market, but it's not that either.
Yeah, we also saw the silo at one point. I didn't take note. I forget.
Silo was going to carry. That's the hover boost.
Hey, yo!
Is Hover's Way of the Hero on 20 skulls.
Yeah, so that's gonna send him back adult. The only items, right? The only items we've gotten are adult items. That bow, now those hover boots. Very dry seed. 55 minutes in. Of course, RSL could be a while, but we're gonna have to see now. Now that r0bd0g has an extra adult thing other than that bow, right? The bow doesn't unlock a whole lot. I don't think we've seen CAC archery. So yeah. One more time, let's pull that Master Sword.
And go adult. That opens up one check in Shadow Trial. It opens up Fire Temple access and the Bolero check to go with it. There are some other things. We'll see what it is. Because ultimately, we'll see. Because we just have so little in the way of items 55 minutes in, really.
Yeah,
we have 3 bows. We have hover boots, we start with the lens, and we got a scale. That's about it.
Yeah, honestly, those 3 bows should tell them something. Use the bow.
Yeah.
Right? When life hands you lemons, make lemonade. When life hands you 3 bows, shoot stuff with your bow.
They haven't. This is the first time we've seen Castle here from Kirox.
r0bd0g.
Kirox, r0bd0g, words, brains.
Ooh, pretty.
Alright, so Ganon's Castle time. There are 4 scrubs here. It could be something in Shadow Temple. We don't know yet. We'll have to see about Hover's Way here. So we can do Forest Trial, Water Trial, the first check in Shadow Trial, all 4 scrubs, and that's about it. Unless Rob wants to do Hookshotless Spirit Trial.
Of course, that's the checks in trials. We will have to clear the trials themselves once we find light arrows and magic, too. We're gonna come back here eventually. Hey, there's a bean!
Beans in Forest Trial.
Can we plant any? Yeah, we can go to Lake Hylia, plant one. Don't need to plant one in the graveyard. And know nothing about the crater or the Colossus.
Those are both. Although crater have hovers, it's Colossus that is the other one. Alright, shoes!
Nice.
That is only a 10 pack. Shoes are not in logic today.
Curious. But now r0bd0g can pull off some hookshotless shenanigans in Spirit Trial if he so chooses.
He could do so already with a bow. I'm fairly certain Rob should know how to do
Oh, that's right.
I'm pretty sure Rob, both of these runners know how to do hookshot bow extension in Spirit Trial.
Yeah, that bow is a fairly new one to me.
Yeah,
I have
it wasn't really relevant until Season 4. Didn't even come up much in the co-op tournament.
I've yet to file out away in my Rolodex of, oh yeah, that thing opens up that other thing.
It's alright. It takes a lot of time, and random settings is especially challenging. Rob killing the freezers. Is that actually a time flag?
That's why it's so impressive to watch these runners do this day in and day out, seed after seed. And r0bd0g has all that extra knowledge of Master Quest stuff. And I don't know how they do it.
And
but also something to note, right? We could have had a Master Quest Ganon's Castle.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to keep in mind if you're thinking about joining some random settings league. Might want to be familiar with some Master Quest stuff.
Yes, that is true, because we have a geometric distribution of how many Master Quests on. It is a 50% of no Master Quest, which is what we have today. Rob's sad, because Rob loves Master Quest. 50% of no Master Quest, 25% of one, 12.5% of two, 7.5% of three, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I would love one of these marches are made to see a Master Quest Madness. Maybe r0bd0g will help me out with that one of these years. Of course, we need to find someone for Rob to raise.
Yeah, that's another thing, is Master Quest isn't the most well-liked.
There's gotta be someone else out there.
There does. Alright, Boulder of Destiny for Rob.
Hey. Strength.
This cavern is a strength upgrade. Okay. Hey, Rye. That is good information. Yeah, strength and nice
there
cavern.
can only
we'll need
be
to go
one.
there.
Yes, of course, there's only one r0bd0g.
No, that was just the regular, the Frozen Cavern Hordes and Strength upgrade, Toxic. That was a item hint. Or a location hint, sorry. Wrong word.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of those hints. Like,
Yeah.
hey,
also, happy 1 hour, everyone. Coming here. Shoutouts here to both our runners, Kirox and Rob, to my co-com August, and to our two trackers, Exadu and Fens.
Absolutely. Make sure you follow these racers. Without them racing these races, we wouldn't have these races to watch being raced. And as mentioned earlier, they're streaming tons. r0bd0g a couple times a week, usually on the Freaky Friday races. Tons of random settings races. Unfortunately, doesn't show a tracker on stream, but if you want to see some tight executions, some nifty tricks, check out r0bd0g. GS Kirox, as mentioned, a great French restreamer. And of course, don't let the language barrier stop you from checking out some of our French runners.
Absolutely. They all do speak English, and they will be happy to answer questions to the best of their ability. Gold Scotia token at the market. Gee, thanks, Gabe. I think there's like 8 of the things in there.
Definitely a shop. But let's this is our first dungeon. Was this vanilla? I wasn't paying attention enough. Okay, yeah, that's right. He was in CAC.
What is that skull? I cannot see what that item is on the Pierre skull in DC.
I did not see it well enough in the market. No, that is help us out, chat.
Lightning Ghost.
With these settings... Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead, sorry.
I was just gonna say, with these settings, a lot of people in chat might not be familiar with some parts of the Dodongo's Cavern they're unfamiliar with Scrub Sanity on and tokens that they're still interested in because we have Dungeon Token Shuffle. There's some more of Dodongo's Cavern that you're gonna get to see.
It's literally doubles the number of checks, and then 77 checks in maps compass if you start with maps compasses or if they're shuffled or whichever, and not just in dungeons or vanilla. You have Mirror Shield in the DC side scrub. Rob will come back for that later when he has explosives that are reusable, I believe.
Yeah, great use of the save scum technique.
Yeah, there are 16 checks in the Dodongo's Cavern with Scrub Sanity and Dungeon Token Sanity on. Assuming that maps compasses aren't in here, but we actually don't know. And then, it's because it's 7 in standard settings, it's 16 in these.
And we missed the 1 hour mark as r0bd0g continues this exploration of the cavern. $5 from the 1 hour scrub.
Mark when I shouted people out, August.
Sorry, as r0bd0g climbs the stairs, I'm gonna step away for just a sec. I will be right back.
Right. Kirox, now also having checked out Trails briefly, found Beans and not much else, is heading off to Kakariko as well. But yeah, so I honestly understand the Mirror Shield save scum from Rob, because that Mirror Shield does absolutely nothing for them. Mirror Shield unlocks finishing Spirit Trial. That's about it, really, considering that we don't need dungeon rewards for anything. There's a couple things it unlocks in Spirit Temple, but it's really not much. Very nice bow strat here to blow up the stairs for Rob. What's in logic? There's a few things in Crater. As Toxic says, can't link the Goron. We could see the Goron shop entrance have something. There's some options still. But we are running out of things to do. And that is just some arrows on the DC Stairs Skull. The DC Vine Skull is a bloopy. A Labyrinth, and Labyrinth is in Logic too. Adult Fishing is in Logic. Yeah, so there's Crater / Lick the Goron, and then there's a variety of world checks, pretty much. Kirox choosing to not enter Dodongo's Cavern. Fishing entrance in Lake was, I don't remember what it was. Nothing much, I don't think. Ice Trap for Rob, who is a fool! First Ice Trap of the seed.
Yeah, that's a nice surprise to come back to.
Yeah, hi, Zach, yes it is. It is probably one of the easiest ways, actually, to blow up Link the Goron is to just stop it with a bow. That is in default logic. Nothing much showed up in DC, by the way.
Yeah, just looking at that tracker now. Alright, that bow leading to a piece of heart there.
Yeah. Yep, Mario Kart music in Goron City, yippee!
And to note, while we're here, you mentioned earlier, Medigoron sells us a random item. We have the wallet to afford it. Unfortunately, you don't have enough rupees to purchase it, but there's the lake and no iron boots. Or the lake lab. A nice 80, is it? There's 60 or 80 bucks down there. Quite handy. But that rupee also quite handy in that pot. Unfortunately, a little bit longer, less denomination. But this is our first check in
Sunsong, I think, on the crater. Yeah, there's Sunsong, I believe. Yeah, that's yellow, and we see Prelude. Yep.
Unfortunately, we have all the Skulltulas we need already. And I think we've done all our nighttime dependent checks as well.
Yeah, that unfortunately does not much, especially we don't even have an ocarina.
r0bd0g showing off some Bombchu strats to open up the head of the ancient dragon or dinosaur inside here. The trick, if you remember the grandpa from the Three Ninjas, is to light up the eyes.
The market potion shop is in the tent.
And we see r0bd0g back here picking up the mirror shield. Gonna need this to eventually finish up the spirit trial.
Isn't useful for much else, unfortunately, due to the fact that we don't need dungeon rewards for anything at all. Ever. Between the OT item being dead, the Burning Cat item being dead, the OT song being dead, and also Temple of Time being foolish. Talon's chickens at the top of Death Man Trail and Hyrule Field is way over here. What was in Hyrule Field? Prelude in the open grotto was in Hyrule Field. That is interesting because we do not know if our warp songs are shuffled.
Oh yeah, that's a fun one. Instead of the songs taking you to their usual warp pad, they could take you to a random entrance.
So, Prelude Way of the Hero?
That
is an
could be interesting.
X2 is still dead. And there's Gold Scale. That is Lab Dive available, though not in Logic.
And it's some quick money that he can use here. There's 20 sticks. But not interested in that Medigoron item. One check too much out of the way, too much grinding of money.
And yes, he did save some of the save scum. Words are hard to scale.
But we're gonna see our first boss here, just over 1 hour and 70 minutes. Let's see r0bd0g defeat the dinosaur. Get your guesses in chat. Dog or Dino, who's gonna win?
I think it's a safe bet to say the dog will win. Going to be using ground jump strats, bomb shoes.
Yeah, as mentioned earlier, r0bd0g will show you some nifty strats. He doesn't have the usual thing to kill King Dodongo. No strength upgrade to pick up the bomb flower. No bomb bag to throw his own bombs into the beast's mouth. So he stores up a ground jump, one of the glitches that is allowed in the standard rule set, to store up the ground jump, and then with that jump, he pulls a Bombchu, and has just enough height with the ground jump to reach the mouth's hitbox, I guess, as it were. It looks super easy, a little tricky, but just like that, the dinosaur has been defeated.
It's like Ocarina of Time Randomizer typical settings take about 3 to 4 hours. For top runners, random settings, who knows? We could be here for 2 hours, we could be here for 6. We don't know. For these particular settings, it's anywhere between 30 minutes and like 8 hours, just more generally for random settings for top runners like these. So, we don't know.
Yep, now with the right plando or with the right random luck, you could have a seed that is made for you that kind of either holds your hand or essentially like shoves you through the door as to which way to go. And it could take you, 30 minutes, depending on your skill level.
4 hours if you enjoy roll for standard settings. Yeah, this is a star special for random settings. My random settings seeds aren't any better than my normal seeds. And
Not too terrible.
We do have a dinosaur in chat complaining about it. Just a stick on adult fishing.
But the dinosaurs have been extinct for 165 million years. Unless you count chickens. Oh, wait, we have chickens here in Hyrule. Never mind. We're good. But yeah, I don't think you rolled too bad. We don't have to find Ganon's boss key. Other boss keys are shuffled in the overworld here. But only 11 Skulltula is required to open up the bridge. Yeah, we do have to do all the trials. But, you know, as mentioned earlier, we don't really need any of the rewards for completing dungeon sets.
Yeah, as Six says, Lab Roof and the first chest and fire are the only things left in logic at this point. 30 Skills is dead. It's in logic. It might be in logic. It's definitely not. It's bad though, so it don't really matter. You haven't seen the 50 hit, no. 50 is still the last skill item. That is not changed in random settings. It is still the randomizer. It's just there's extra stuff to be done.
Yeah, we
have seen chickens. Oh, Talon's Chickens is not available as child. OT song is still dead in Remote Grotto. There's a hookshot in Remote Grotto. That might be Way of the Hero. Oh, it's Love Trials. That's definitely Way of the Hero. Never mind.
That's a Bomb Grotto. Okay, I was like, Rob Dog was out there. I was gonna be really confused for a second. Oof.
Yeah.
So bomb locked hookshot. Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Good news for Kirox.
That is good news. Rob not picking up Sun Song, it looks like, which is interesting.
That might be interested in this check and keeping an eye on that timer. Let's see how he routes out the crater. Might also want to take a peek inside Fire Temple. Alright, we have that boss key.
Yeah, Rob has not seen the Field Way of the Hero just yet. It's on Death Mountain Trail just below Big Goron, so Rob should see it shortly. He's heading in that direction, at least.
Alright, but it looks like, right, he doesn't want Sunsong. He's gonna, I guess, orphan off that Redead grave. Doesn't need the Sunsong for anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Well, maybe he's going back
Kirox is
in.
doing Spirit Trial. I mean, with 2 checks, it is one of the better places to check, as silly as that sentence sounds.
So we know where 1 strength upgrade is. Still 2 strength upgrades for the light and the fire trial. Need that hammer for the ice trial.
It's also required for Shadow Trial.
Right, yeah.
No. Ganon's Castle is never randomized, even an entrance rando, because of a number of things. Timmy Worth Scrub has been hinted to be junk, actually.
As well as there is a difference between simple indoor shuffle, which is what these settings are, and all indoor shuffles. As mentioned, Ganon's Castle is never going to be shuffled. But these settings, right, the Windmill, the Temple of Time, and Link's House are also not shuffled. Those being the exceptions in the simple indoor setting.
The Skull Mask is a thing, right? Didn't Fire and Chest Spirit Trial 2,
But those require bomb chews, right? For
they
logic.
do, and Good point from chat. It's Keezy. That means we can do a good bit of Fire Temple, actually.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I alluded to that earlier. We hadn't seen any small keys. I jinxed it, and then we found a big key.
Ganons can't ever
there's a
shuffle.
slingshot.
Hey, slingshot. Oh, Goron Tunic's not in logic though, right? Because the Goron Tunic's in a child-only shop. Right, facepalm. That's our problem. We have a wallet, we can't buy it though.
There are 2 more wallets out there somewhere.
It's the tunic itself that's out of logic. August. It's in a child-only shop.
I'm just noting there, for people who might not know about the Tycoon wallet, the vanilla game, of course, maxes you out at 500 rupees with the Giant's wallet. But the original devs, believe it or not, had something in the game code called the Tycoon's wallet, which allowed you to have 999 rupees, which the Zooter devs kind of unlocked for us here, because in some of these settings, we can be spending a whole heck of a lot of money.
Hey, ice arrows. Not helpful.
Rob says,
We are dead to Skull Mask, the Woods target, and Lab for in logic checks. Yeah, we can't get to Metagoron in logic. No strength, no bombs.
Yep, shop sanity is what gives puts up the Tycoon wallet out there. As we've seen, can be a couple hundred rupees for an item, as well as scrubs. In these settings, they're on a cheap setting, so all the scrubs just cost 10 rupees. But that's not always the case in a randomizer. Most people are a little nicer to themselves and their friends when they give them seeds, but not always.
Rob's going, we're gonna find out, as Kirox is gonna go plant the bean. Running out of checks, this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, kind of bottlenecked here. Where do they go from here? Not too many other options.
They can't set up Scarecrow NG. They don't have an ocarina.
Yeah, even with the free Scarecrow song, you still need the ocarina.
Yep.
Nice that it appears on your D-pad.
Yeah, we don't even know if it's free Scarecrow. We can't test. Oh, that's actually a Nocturne buy for Rob. Okay, I guess whichever, sure.
Oh, and it looks like r0bd0g heading to the Deku Tree for a couple of hint stones. Prioritizing this information over getting some extra checks. He's scratching his head. What do I do here, game? Tell me.
Gear is dead. Gear item, that is.
Ooh, and Kirox, look at that, picking up the Skull Mask, has a check in mind. And it's not too far from where r0bd0g is right now.
Yeah, it was 110 rupee as Nocturne, which still isn't too bad. Fountain is foolish, okay.
Leave it to the game to put the fountain open, give you access, and then say, nah, nothing inside. It wouldn't be in logic, but had he not found that hint, r0bd0g might have considered that a viable place to go.
Yep. Jabu and Fountain foolish, but Ice is hard required because we do have a strength upgrade in there. Woohoo!
Unfortunately, can't get it without a bottle, but there would be that iceberg art piece to get and under the icy waters to look at.
Fountain is foolish.
But if anyone is subscribed to one Lost the Pirate or has borrowed their emote, I want to see that in chat. We have some baby Dekus on screen here on ZSR. Oh my goodness, it's the Ocarina. GS Kirox just bolted into the lead.
Oh, absolutely. Whoa! Ocarina on Skull basketball points.
Might not be required, but Ocarina of Time implies it's probably going to be required.
That is big there for Kirox. They already have a lot of songs. They just couldn't play any of them until just now.
And also, there's a couple of locations that require the Ocarina to get a check. So we got our second wallet. Also, a nice feature of these settings, you get a wallet and it's full.
Because we have max rupees.
And our second high five at the wallet.
Lost would be proud of me for this seed lil. Yeah, Lost does love it. Well, Ocarina might necessarily be required for Light Trial. Keep in mind, you need it for a check in Light Trial. You don't actually need Ocarina to complete Light Trial.
But there's just a whole bunch of checks throughout Hyrule that require it. Plus a song required to get a song check. It's a very, very strong item.
Absolutely. It's rare to have an Ocarina-less seed. This is not one of those. And it's needed for Race Cavern too, because there's a strength upgrade there.
These guys, they have the silver scale, they have hover boots. No bottles, but...
I mean, the strength upgrade could be accessible. There is we do have Dungeon Skull Sanity on. There is a singular Skulltula in Ice Cavern accessible without blue fire.
That would be horrible.
It would. But, it would also be hilarious.
Let's see what Saria and Sheik have for us here in the Sacred Forest Meadow.
Saw Saria already, but we are seeing the Scrubs.
That's right.
Waveskip is not banned.
The Ocarina.
But it's open fountain. Hopefully they remember and don't Waveskip. I might be. I think. No, there's only one Skulltula without blue fire. I thought that's. Yeah, just the one. Ganon's Castle is not foolish. Ganon's Castle, August couldn't read, has all trials on, is what the hint was.
Well, the thing is, it's in purple text. I take purple text to say, oh, that's a foolish location.
Fair enough. Let me update the Wave to Hero command. Mark, which song did Kirox just play to get to the windmill, actually?
I don't know. I think it might have been Nocturne.
No, Nocturne took you to the windmill, sure.
French Vanilla. I don't know where the heck he got Song of Storms.
Song of Storms? Ranch Scrubs. That was Way of the Hero.
Ranch Scrubs.
Way of the Hero, Lon Ranch had turned up Song of Storms, which reminds me to update the command.
Oh,
Market,
wait, so...
Way of the Hero, Hover. Grotto Trading Grounds, we'll see. Ranch had Song of Storm. And Hyrule Field turned up Prelude to Knockshot.
Rob Dog is following this Lon Ranch, Way of the Hero. As Kirox hunts down some chickens. Just 5.
Yeah, with warps on Rando on, there is a chance that our prelude may be leave the hero in Hyrule Field to get us logical access to someplace. This is for the hookshot, could be for the prelude as well. Yeah, hookshot is out of logic till I find a Bombay Ray hammer. And yes, Kakuriku is significantly more stressful than normal with this music. Rob is done with fishing. It was just it. Also, I noticed the ZSR bot disconnected at some point.
Yeah, r0bd0g needs to either get the hookshot or the ocarina, hopefully both, on his way child. Let's see if he's thinking about that mask, as Kirox is going to take us into the bottom of the well. Super spooky place, but doesn't have Zelda's Lullaby, so can't access a couple of checks in here. And only 3 bomb chews to his name, so he's gonna want to save scum those as best he can.
The Rainbow Road, yep, has some interesting music here. Unfortunately, doesn't have a boomerang either for the Skulltulas here.
Right, never bought that from the entrance in the lab. But he can peek him. We'll see what he decides to do here. 90 minutes
Peek
into
them
the
with
seed.
the chews he doesn't have much of.
Right. I said gotta save scum him as best he can.
There's gonna be a lot of save scumming, that's for sure. Because it's also the only ranged weapon he has to check his skulls. That's not a great thing. In a like skull you can at least hit with a stick, but he only has 2 of those. Yeah, this is a very limited resource as well here for Kirox.
And he did not find the boomerang. There are some fire arrows.
Fire arrows might be useful later for Shadow Trial. Not immediately helpful though, no magic.
Looks like the bottom of the well has decided to be an ally as they're sporting some Rainbow Road music here on GS Kirox's randomized music settings.
No warring. Spirit Trial Vanilla does not require fire arrows. You can just shoot a bow through the torch.
To answer a question in chat, both runners saw the boomerang. They had the wallet capacity, but the wallet was not filled enough for them to purchase the boomerang. So it's sitting down there at Lake Hylia, which r0bd0g is making his way over there. So he's going to be picking up this hookshot, which is good news for any r0bd0g fans out there.
You can stand at a precise angle and just shoot a bow through a torch and it'll light it up. In Vanilla Spirit Trial, Master Quest Spirit Trial requires fire arrows. No, fire, yep, it's default logic for the torch. Hookshot for Rob.
Yep, that's 1 shoe he won't be scumming away, so down to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's our first bottle, and it's filled with a ghost. And very fitting, there's definitely something strange in this neighborhood.
No, we know that Shadow Trial won't need well, we might need it for the second chest in Shadow Trial, but we will know that we will have Longshot to complete Shadow Trial since Fire Trial is on. The bottle is in logic because it's small keysy.
Positively, no small keys exist anywhere within Hyrule except maybe in the Gerudo Fortress, right? Or
no, that's also. Oh yeah, that one still exists because that is a. We do have one carpenter because we sat on the tent someplace.
Yeah.
Both are in logic, Cooper.
Sorry, go ahead.
Both the Ocarina and Stones are in logic. Bottle was on the locked pits, but it wasn't bomb locked is the important bit here. Shots have logic. Most other stuff is in though. Yeah, the Big Po bottle's in logic. We actually have seen the Big Po seller. He is in he's chilling in Kokiri today.
Moved into Mito's house, I believe.
I think so, yeah. Alright, Bolero test.
Testing.
Hey, Vanilla! Sure. And it is no dungeon entrance, Rando, because the rocks are still there. Easy and, well, we're both vanilla, but there was always still a possibility that there was a, still some dungeon ER going on, but no such case. We just have no dungeon entrance, Rando.
So, what you're telling me is, if there's dungeon entrance rando on, those rocks outside the fire temple in the little circle aren't there?
Then Prelude takes us to Cap. Not Way of the Hero, because that doesn't do anything.
But good news for r0bd0g here, picking up the skull mask and beelining it on his way to pick up the ocarina. I'm really interested to see if he makes similar plays to Kirox here after grabbing that, or makes completely different routing decisions. That is one of the main reasons I absolutely love RSL.
Yep, Hyrule Field is Way of the Hero for that hookshot because Fire Trial is on. You do need a long shot to complete Vanilla Fire Trial. It is not recorded in Master Quest Fire Trial, but it is recorded in Vanilla Fire Trial. And yes, Hyrule Field is Way of the Hero for that hookshot. Ocarina for Rob.
Yeah, he might have been running low on logical checks. Not sure how well he can keep notes and keep track of everything. But wow, speaking of long shot,
that's a long shot of the Malin song check.
Yeah, so Lon Ranch Way of the Hero. Yeah.
You don't say. Long shots recorded for Fire Trial. That's why the long shots Way of the Hero. Or Field and Ranch.
Okay. Did Kirox come back to the meadow? I don't think he did.
Right. No, I don't believe so.
Just a great example of r0bd0g getting that ocarina and say, all right, where's the nearest place I can use this? And little out of the way.
I know Kirox did check these scrubs. They were nothing that I can remember. Kirox checked all 3 warps. Bolero and Prelude take you to CAC. No, not going to Prelude take you to CAC. Bolero just sent you to Vanilla. Which also confirmed no dungeon entrance rando because the rocks outside Fire Temple were still there. Those are removed in Dungeon ER, so Child has more dungeon entrances available.
Well, this is still a great example of why I love RSL. They've gone completely different directions, but at this point, they both made the same decision, and it's probably the best one that they could at the moment.
Then was on the Denzel's on the Spirit Trial second chest. We don't know yet. We do have one tunic in a shop that has been their only indication of beatable only. But we might still find a warp song there. Yeah, Toxic, 3-minute gen. It could have also just been that they failed several other settings combinations before finally getting this. Yes, Mr. Nintendo.
Almost at the 100 minute mark. I almost said hour.
The 100-hour mark would be very concerned.
That would be a health sanity seed.
Yeah, 50 dead now, finally, in Fury Storms.
Long shot bow. Does Kirox go into Forest Temple? No. Ooh, smart. I like this one.
I go as well.
Some people might not know what's over here. You don't play some settings, you might never go through this hallway in Goron City.
The purple, I don't remember. There we go. This is some of the most convoluted logic. It is the only place where Neru's love is in logic. Logically, it isn't logic for anything outside of one-hit KO or quad damage. Is that this can record Neru's love? Hi, Shadow Boss Keith. Yes, indeed, Zap. Zap here in chat. Kirox's former co-op partner. They got 2 brackets, I think, for round 2. I don't remember who they got knocked out by off the top of my head. Yeah. Yeah, Skullcurtain and Scrubs and Aeon, and there were certainly people who forgot those scrubs existed.
Yeah, I think they have everything to get out there.
Get out where?
That's a good find.
Oh yeah, Domain Storms is a thing, if it weren't for the fact it's not Dungeon Grotto ER. That's just a vanilla small fairy fountain. We don't really care about it.
Yep, interior shuffled, dungeons and grottos are not.
Ooh, Zarya song in the Deathbound Trail Storms. Turns out both Storms grottos had our Fooky Skulls hints, which is kind of funny.
Couple of other Storms grottos we might see from Scrubs. But none of those fairy
might
fountains.
be Wave the Hero to get us Forest Temple access. With Warp Song Rando, there's no guarantee we have a Minuet Warp.
Yep. There is a trick to make Mitos skip in logic, but that is not employed in the standard rule set.
Nope, and it does not turn on for random settings either.
What does Skull Kid have
like
for us? Oh.
Not much. Big Foe turn in for Kirox. That looked like 3 pose, so they're gonna need a bit more.
Yeah, that's another caveat of the random settings league, right? I'm so used to just one big Poe, and you find it in the bottle, there you go. But no, these guys need to find a horse now if they want to get that check.
This is okay, it's just a bit annoying, really. And 3 pose is also just because big pose doesn't always hit if there are 4 or more pose. Unfortunately, we've got 3, just 1 short.
Just wait until Poe Sanity.
And Poe knows is God knows where, because it's Song Sanity.
But I get your Kirox in chat. Here is Frogs 1. Only frogs you're gonna see, minus the icon on the tracker.
Flippy! Ice is out of logic, but you know it will be in logic at some point because there is a strength upgrade here. Kirox has a hookshot, has longshot even, has a bottle, and yeah, this is not a bad idea actually.
Yeah, great play in my book. That strength
I'd say
upgrade
so.
will unlock quite a bit. We'll unlock all of the Forest Temple. He doesn't think it's in the logic yet. It doesn't have Saria's song, right? But that would be a good play.
It doesn't have Saria's, but also just the fact that Ice is out of logic because you don't have Zelda's Lullaby is the thing.
Right. But you know, the strength upgrade will be a big play. And Iron Boots, hey yo.
Which Scrub Grotto is that? Because I managed to miss where that is. It's somewhere.
In Death Mountain Trail, right? He did the Storms Grotto. He went into Lost
River Storms.
Woods. There we go. And now into the bottom of the well. Making that play, finally. But Kirox in the lead, I think.
I'd say so at the moment. Yeah.
Of course, Rando can Rando. Anything can happen. Sorry.
Oh, absolutely.
But Soam's proven very useful.
Ice with Strong with Token Sandy is a good idea. There are 8 checks in here. And you know one of them is a strength upgrade. So even out of logic, and you still go here, I think. And there's the Ocarina of Time! Ocarina locked! Gotta love it.
Doesn't need it for anything, but it's prettier. Yeah, and chat pointing out, they could have gotten that without Skull Mask with their skill set.
Not in logic, because that is an ice cavern. You still need ZL for that, and you kind of can't play songs without ZL.
Absolutely, but I think it was maybe shortly before Kirox actually grabbed the Ocarina and found that r0bd0g, I think, was in the area, found that Zora's Foolish and maybe changed his routing on there. So I'm gonna try to remember to ask him about that. Assuming I'm here for the post-race interview, I do have to get to work at some point.
Yeah, you can always make a note on your notes sheet so I can ask later. There's Serenade in Ice Cavern, French Vanilla. Sure.
Not bad, not bad. Gonna want to see where that warps us to.
Hey, sorry, Shalon Swan. Not too bad. It's all trials. That's the main problem.
Yep, wasn't too bad. 11 Skulltulas opening up our Ganon's Castle Bridge for those just joining us. But we do have all of our Ganon's Castle trials to complete before we make it to the Pig's Boss store, which is unlocked.
Correct. Okay, we have not seen our strength upgrade just yet. We still have some checks left, though.
Yeah, one final Skulltula token. That chest there, and the chest that is guarded by our White Wolfos.
And the song check.
And the song check. Song Sanity. Although, right, we had a French Vanilla Serenade.
I love it. The game has a sense of humor. I also wonder if we'll see a song on a song check, because it's a running meme. Even in full Song Sanity, there's going to be a song on a song check because the game is funny.
I wouldn't take those odds. That seems like pretty low odds to me.
Oh, it's not super high odds. It just seems to come up. We have seen both save orbs there, Vanilla. Yeah. Oh, was it Frozen Cavern? I thought it was Ice Cavern Hordes, but I might have misread it. Oops. Might be the Serenade check. I genuinely don't remember. It's been several hours. It's been a good hour and a half at least since we saw the hate. Oops. Fair point enough that it's a Serenade check.
And no bombs in here. Kirox either gonna have to do this puzzle, yeah, vanilla. Or vanilla-ish. Or he's gonna have to be fancy with some glitchless strats.
At least hover boots they have hover boots to make it a little bit easier. Although that's not gonna work, Kirox. And that isn't either. Yeah, it's Frozen Cavern echoes with whichever. There we go.
Echoes. That's a tricky word to pick up, especially with these runners flashing through those text boxes so fast.
Hover boots were on 20 skulls, then wave the hero mark. They were the only thing in Wave the Hero Market, actually.
Yeah, not much in market for us to even check later throughout the scene.
And merci Shalom Swan gifting us up to Timmy.
Quite often in these random settings, you will have to revisit and go back to locations time and time again for checks after you get a song or an item. The market, I don't think there's gonna be one of those places today.
Nope, we've seen everything there is to be seen there. We've seen all our entrances, we've done all the checks.
r0bd0g is gonna be playing catch up, I think, over here in the Ice Cavern. Kirox finishing it up.
Purple, in this case, with scrubs and dungeon skulls, there are over 300. There might be closer to 400 with small keys and what have you. There is a lot going on, and there's the strength upgrade. Alright, where does Serenade go? Next question. And Valley's foolish.
Okay.
Gee, thanks, game.
But we are a magic away from now being able to clear out the Shadow Temple. So, still looks like it's not going to be beatable only. All locations seem reachable still.
So with that Nocturne Warp, we do have Hover's Way of the Hero, and I don't think Hovers have really turned up much so far.
Yeah, might need it for some sort of shenanigans.
Zeph, we are missing 2 warp songs and we need 2 warps. We need a warp to Colossus, we need one to the back alley. It's still entirely possible that our 2 remaining warps are leading to those 2 places.
But with Serenade taking us to Nocturne, that kinda tells me maybe that the game's trying to push you in the all locations reachable direction. Right, because that's the only way to get to certain entrances.
Yes, Zeph. So, Zeph, the Goron tunic is in the back alley. There is a possibility that there is one of our 2 remaining warp songs goes to the back alley. If a tunic is in a child-only entrance and you do not have randomized spawns, randomized warp songs to get there, because there are a couple things that can get you into a child-only entrance, and then it's definitely beatable only. It's a sign of potential beatable only, but it's not a guarantee. If you need me to explain that in French, I will try. No guarantees I can see it. I can string it together a coherent explanation, though. Yep, that is correct.
Yeah, without all the entrances accounted for.
Mm-hmm.
But it looks like Kirox might be taking that long shot over across the bridge. We're gonna see a
GTG
whole new
is Way
part
of
of
the
the world.
Hero. GTG is Way of the Hero, so this makes a lot of sense. No, Cobra. Shop tunics have to be available in the LR. The Zoro tunic is available, I've long forgotten where, but it's somewhere accessible. It's the Goron tunic that's an issue.
Andrew.
Yep. Potion shop and windmill can also be logic to get to back alley. As those are pass-throughs.
One check here that Kirox is gonna miss, but it looks like he's not even prioritizing Grotto.
It's Grotto. Yeah, he's rushing straight to wave here, GTG.
Yep, he knows it's packed full. There's no keys in it. So
also Valley Foolish, facepalm.
Oh, I forgot all about that one.
And we just saw it a minute ago, but it is easy to forget. I'd largely forgotten GTG Way of the Hero, for that matter.
Yeah.
Alright, we're coming up on an hour 55, so we're going to have a break here soon for our random settings due to the fact that these seeds can take a really long time. We do have breaks. I even wrote up a command for it.
And by all indications...
And I need to edit that. That is every 2 hours. Not every 3.
Yeah, but by all indications, it is gonna take at least another hour 90 minutes. Would be my guess if they just routed it perfectly from here.
Yeah, and that was the vanilla card, so convenience.
Yep. But unfortunately, r0bd0g not going back to Lon Lon Ranch for that mound song check. Looks like his plan is to get the strength upgrade out of the ice cavern, and then make his way over to the forest temple for all of those checks. But big eyes on GS Kirox, as we've seen the ice cavern already, and GTG packed full of stuff. Might not be anything good, but tons of stuff to look out for.
And his break is coming in 5 minutes. I forgot to update the command. Yeah, GTG is incredibly loaded and easy. There are 22 items in here.
Kirox might be looking at the timer and say, alright, I can get through the center of the maze and maybe another check or two by the time the break starts.
And it is updated now. We have to update these commands manually. It's not like it's and I forgot. Oops. Now it's correct. Yes, Chalenswa. Fortress keys were vanilla. Well, in this setting, yeah. With random settings, yeah, Keezy generally does mean just vanilla fortress keys. What is this music, actually? Do you recognize it? Because I don't.
It's a little too quiet for me to hear.
Okay, Mario Kart, thank you.
Oh, right. Yeah, the beach.
CSMC is a possible setting in this, yes, Cooper. You can check out the full, pretty exhaustive list here. Hey, Estantia. There's a hammer! That's required. That's Way of the Hero.
Yep, most likely that is going to be our Way of the Hero item.
Starting to get there for Go Mode items, actually. Our main remaining item is a hookshot, is a magic meter at this point.
Magic meter, a couple of strength upgrades. Do it.
Magic meter, a couple strengths, and that's about it. Yeah, Longshot is now in Logic, too.
And then, of course, the Piggy Piggy will give us our light arrow hint if we haven't found it yet.
Can't. We don't. It's trials.
Oh, right. You need light arrows to get up to the pig. Darn it.
Yeah, we are choose ranks, ham, lights, magic from go mode.
Just another example of how complicated and confusing random settings can be.
But true, but GDG isn't in logic without long shot or opponents. That's a fair point.
And just another reason to give these racers a follow. I don't know how they managed to do it. I can barely manage to keep things straight, and oftentimes don't, and I'm not even playing the game.
Which does remind me to do the shoutouts to our two runners, Kirox and r0bd0g. Well, Kirox and r0bd0g, brain, languages. To my co-com here, August, and to our two trackers, Exadu and Fen. Our soul tracking is particularly tricky because there's so much to keep track of. Though at least there's no key sanity for today. So shoutouts to both our trackers for keeping up with things behind the scenes, and also the person who wrote the code for RSLbot. And shoutouts to chat.
Trackers are important enough in a regular standard race. I would be completely lost and be flummoxed if we didn't have some awesome trackers for RSL.
Break is coming up very shortly. And then, so to make sure that you guys don't get ads during the middle of the race, we will be running an ad break during the literal break. So that'll be coming up shortly once I can verify that both runners actually stop.
And it looks like Sans Bombs. r0bd0g also pushing some blocks here in the Ice Cavern. They are both geared up and paused.
Yep, excellent. Break is coming up. Happy 2 hours, everyone. We are going to take a break. I'm gonna run you an ad break. Apologies, chat, and then we'll be back shortly.
And those lucky enough to skip the ads shall be joined by me. Welcome, welcome. Question in chat, not sure if you can hear me, but turbos definitely not allowed. You can play on keyboard, you can play on any sort of controller that you want, but you cannot turbo, you cannot like double bind keys and such. Question in chat, what's the win condition? We have 11 skull bridge, no boss key, all trials are on, so we are looking for the trial access. We need 2 strength upgrades and a magic, plus the light trials, or light arrows.
Alright, I'm back.
Welcome back.
What chat, well...
Yeah, chat's been asking questions, answering questions. Chat's all on it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to ask chat to let us know when ads are over so we can start talking again, because not everyone can hear us right now. The ads running.
Yeah, that hasn't stopped me.
And do you think we'll see a second break, August?
I hope not.
I hope not too.
At the 2-hour mark, I mean, again, knock on wood, it's looking pretty good.
Yeah, we only need 2 strength, light arrows, and magic. The problem is we need 2 strengths, light arrows, and magic.
It looks good. Da-na-na-na-na-na. I hope that it would. Da-na-na-na-na-na. So good. So fast. I want it passed. Oh, 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 oh.
Apparently, ads are over, so hi, chat.
Wow.
We apologize for the ads, but it's this or you get ads during the race, which is not fun.
Yeah.
Congrats, you demonetized this, sir.
But if you are savvy enough, there are methods of getting through obstacles.
Yes, there are.
As we are approaching the end of our agreed upon break between these runners, 5 minutes, right? And we will be back 40 seconds.
Yeah, you want to go quickly over how the seat's been going while we wait for that?
Yep, a 11 bridge token, no pig boss key sanity, all trials, looking pretty good. Kirox appears to be in a slight lead, has the hammer, has a long shot, is in GTG, Gerudo Training Grounds, Way of the Hero. Has seen the maze. It's Keezy, small Keezy. So there are no small keys, minus in the fortress and the treasure chest minigame. So Kirox is about to show us the rest of the Way of the Hero GTG. Already seen the strength upgrade in the ice cavern that r0bd0g will find at the end of it. And it has been an exciting race. Here for the random settings.
There's the hurt piece. Kirox, unfortunately, will have to skip 5 checks. The ones behind Strength 2 block in the light room, and the toilet, because it doesn't have iron boots, doesn't have Strength 2.
But it's going to be interesting to see where he goes after this one. I'm guessing maybe across the wasteland to see what we get from that check, but that's a whole lot of going for not a whole lot of density. I think the Forest Temple would be better. I think r0bd0g might beat him there.
And Kirox, unfortunately, does not have iron boots. Those were on the Zora's River scrubs. Which are Storms locked. Might be Way of the Hero behind Storms. Could be Saria's song Way of the Hero behind Storms. We don't know yet. Because the bottom of the well didn't really turn up much of anything besides a big Poe bottle that... Hey, there's our logical bomb. That's a bomb back in the GTG Hammerlock chest.
Yep. So that's interesting.
Still not in logic, because we don't actually have GTG logic access.
But that does give Kirox a whole lot more of checks to do. Those bomb shoes are no longer a guarded resource.
We have Longshot, but Longshot is hammer locked. Or bomb locked. It's in the remote grotto. So.
Yeah, the logic hasn't been solved, but Kirox breathing a sigh of relief with some replenishable explosives.
And heading on out. Playing Bolero is gonna head likely to Dodongo's Cavern, I'd say. There's a lot of checks in there. And it is full clearable with Longshot and bombs.
Oh yeah, he doesn't have the mirror shield, so he'll be picking that up. That'll be good news for him.
Yeah, because he didn't want to dip DC with just shoes earlier, which is entirely understandable. Hi, bubble on King Zora, that's bubble locked. Thanks, game!
Oh, wow, Kirox skipping that one. Right?
Yeah, he did.
It's gutsy play.
I think he just forgot, to be honest. Just worked out and forgot about it.
I think he's,
Hey, this paperweight's not useful.
Strength.
Yeah. Paperweight not useful in these settings, we'd already have hints.
Kirox making use of that hammer before he's using those bombs. And this is interesting. The archery game blocked by hammer. We had 3 early bows, and not much to do with them.
Our bows still haven't led to much right now. Rob is going child, interestingly. Not sure where he's going.
Hopefully he's going to pick up his long shot from Malin.
I would hope so, yes.
Hopefully he's not thinking about taking that bottle over to Lord Jabu Jabu to feed him a fishy.
It is an option, but there are only
yeah, a couple of extra checks in there with the scrub and skull poop.
There's 9 total with 1 scrub and 4 skulls.
Something people might not be familiar with, a handful of scrubs in some of these dungeons.
And also, Jabu is foolish, right?
That's right. We got that hint ages ago.
Market rate hero medical run for those hovers.
Yeah. He purchased that item, must have been nothing.
r0bd.
But r0bd0g is making the correct play, getting that long shot. Will he take it immediately back to the Temple of Time and over to GTG?
The hero, after all.
Yeah, that Goron definitely a thief. Charging 200 rupees for a $20 rupee. That's a scam.
I forgot that Kirox saved Scum Gold Scale a while ago, so is picking that up again now.
Yes, still no iron boots.
Nope. Not going for Lab Vibe, which is right outside, interestingly. We just forgot.
That's right. Well, I wonder how, what his note-taking system's like. Might not be that thorough.
It is challenging to take notes in random settings.
He's made it this far, though. He's picking up Saryu's song, which he also scummed away earlier. Or maybe he didn't scum that away.
No, I don't think so. Lab is in the Goron shop, yes. Yeah, this will likely be DC into Forest Temple for Kirox. We're still quite severely out of logic. No Eponas, no CL for Ice Cavern either. We're just kind of missing items at the moment.
Yeah, I was thinking r0bd0g might go from Ice into Forest Temple, but he went to the ranch instead, so it's a toss-up, GTG over Forest. And I think he's going to make the exact same play that Kirox made. So they might sync up at the end of Dodongo's Cavern / GTG.
But what's even in logic? Well, a good chunk of Forest is in logic, just not the strength-locked part of it. The courtyards are in.
Yeah, 2 hours in, these guys just want to get their items.
Rob, check the windmill song. Nothing I can remember.
Yep.
Water temple is in logic. Those iron boots and one hookshot are in.
Plus the
So
boss
you can
key.
do it. So you can do a couple things in there, especially with Keezy. You can do map compass, dark link, river chest, river skull, but not the skull before dark link. Purple hammer was hammer was GTG maze. Bomb bag was hammer locked in GTG.
Definitely solidifying Kirox's lead here. But r0bd0g is
Pier.
going into the forest.
Following logic here. Choosing to not go out of logic GTG, but going forest temple instead, which is understandable. Yeah,
Right, so
6 in water, 10 in forest, lab roof. Yeah, pretty much. Oh, we also have Morpha. Well, we don't have Morpha in water in logic because we don't have long shot in logic. Kirox getting their shield and say warping.
yeah, all eyes on the right-hand side of the screen. We have already seen r0bd0g clear out Dodongo's cavern, but this is our first trip inside of the forest temple. Dungeon skulls are randomized, so they're going to give us random items like that. There are no small keys, so all the doors are not going to be locked.
Seen the forest boss key just yet. We have seen a couple
true.
boss keys. The forest boss key is not one of them.
But at the end of the day, who really wants to fight Phantom Ganon?
No one, especially when you know all of your dungeon rewards are absolutely useless. Because both OoT checks are dead, Burning Hack is dead, and Temple of Time is foolish. You don't need a single dungeon reward today. Which is a good thing.
That boss reward item.
Other than boss rewards, well, the item maybe, but the boss, the medallions and stones themselves are absolutely useless.
Yeah.
A somewhat rare occurrence, but pretty funny.
Maybe a minimal blue warp % seed here?
Likely. Kirox getting this skull from below, fairly unusual, but that works.
I don't know if I've ever seen someone shoot it from that side of the stairs.
It's actually a trick in logic that has totally never come up. Is if he somehow managed to get Longshot and Hammer to get into Dodongo's cavern as adult without a strength, you can actually get that skull from below without lowering the stairs with Longshot. It's just really hard, and it's a trick that's so obscure it just doesn't even come up. Really hard for say, but it's really just obscures one. I mean, I actually have never seen it. I'll be quite honest with you. Yeah, it's just that's it. Well, I have no idea how you get the angle. I've actually never seen the thing being done, so I couldn't tell you for sure. Nothing. No, it's forested DC, so not too much to be said at the moment for what's going on.
Well, r0bd0g's shown you the optimal way to route it if you either have all the keys or there aren't any locks on any of the doors here. So instead of going through the courtyard, he's coming up here, pushing the block, getting this chest, and then he'll go on through the Floor Master, but finding the light arrows. Big
r0bd0g did
news.
DC very, very early, very out of logic with choose.
Yep, did a very good job of save scumming him with that limited resource. But managed to pull out all of the only useful thing out of there, which was the mirror shield. And the only way that I think r0bd0g could make this faster is if he had Pharaoh's Wind and Magic. It's going to be one of the fastest trips through the Forest Temple I've ever seen.
magic and strength upgrades now, correct?
Yeah, go mode items are ticking down. Started with just 11 Skulltulas, your bow magic lights, plus your light or your trial requirements. And nothing extra really thrown at them.
Didn't still be big for Kirox. Hovers were way of the hero, and they still haven't led to anything. Wizard, it's 11 Skulltulas in vanilla. It's on the settings tracker at the top.
You never know if, you know, maybe hovers were required across the wasteland somehow. Oh, hey, yo! Forest Temple paying off.
It is Keezy's chimp for the boss, Ganon's boss key.
So it looks like r0bd0g is equalizing things out, but he will still need to go over to GTG, get that hammer. But with those silver gauntlets, that's going to be even more appealing at this point. Also with those irons too, right? He can full clear out GTG. There's not going to be a single check left orphaned.
A point that is a logical strength upgrade, yes. Huh.
It looks like the path the logic of the seed wanted you to take is, hey, get your butt over to the mask shop, which happens to be in Zora's domain, in the Zora shop. Get yourself a skull mask. Go turn that in to Lost's baby scrubs. Get yourself an ocarina. Take that ocarina of yours, plus the bows that you should have collected by now. Take that over to Lon Lon Ranch. Get your hook shot. And then take your hook shot over here to the Forest Temple. Get your strength upgrade. Get your light arrows. Maybe get something else.
True, that could be Hover's way of the hero for that strength upgrade, actually, as Toxic points out.
Look at that, yeah. That's a great example of how, you know, just a tiny one check. Oh, that's why hovers are way of the hero.
Yeah, the other strength is out of logic. That could be for that, yes.
Yeah, we still need Zelda's Lullaby, actually, for our second strength upgrade, technically.
Yeah. We have no idea where ZL is, beyond it can't be in Light Trial.
And Kirox continuing to make great plays. He's taking that way of the hero hammer. He's taking it into the Fire Temple. Bunch of checks in here. No small keys.
It's really just, with a seed like this, you go places and hope you find stuff.
Yep. Is the Fire Temple gonna be as hot as the Forest Temple? Or is it gonna burn us? Stay tuned here on ZSR. The hottest stream to bring you Ocarina of Time randomizer content. Sorry, maybe it's just because I'm cold that I'm saying all this hot stuff. Feeling hot, hot, hot.
Yeah, it's incredibly loaded in these settings. There are a ton of checks in here. Let me go do a bit of math. Yes, there's 4 normally. You have to the map income is 6. You have 5 Skulltulas is 11. You have 8 small keys is 19. Plus the boss key check is 20. Yeah, 20 checks in Fire Temple. No keys. It means there are a heck of a lot more checks in here. It is currently out of logic, but it's still quite hilarious.
r0bd0g is about halfway through the Forest Temple.
And yes, Fire Temple does take a really long time. Those 20 checks do take quite a while.
And unlike Johnny Cash, he's got to go up, up, up this burning ring. Oh, it looks like Kirox is interested in slaying the dragon.
Boss Key has plenty enough health for it, might as well. I don't see a particular reason not to fight Logic here.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anyone noticed something a little strange there, something added to the randomizer is if you press the A button on the pause menu, it will bring up your dungeons and key counts and such. It's not in the vanilla game, don't worry.
Some has been checked, Fan. They can't check the composer grade at the Sunsong check. Those are two entirely different things. They can't get into the composer grade. They don't have Zelda's Lullaby.
And unfortunately, Kirox has been troll-holed. Anyone who doesn't know, there are two Volvagias in this boss room. One who plays whack-a-mole, and one who hides inside the last hole that the flying dragon flies into. And you can normally damage that second hitbox, but the whack-a-mole dragon trolling Kirox, unable to place those bombs to damage that second hitbox. Good use of that bow and excellent crouch stab with that hammer. Pro strats.
We can see why these runners got this far in this tournament.
Yeah, getting troll hold, you know, it might throw somebody else off, but Kirox is able to take Volvagia out with 8 seconds left on his clock. I don't think he had any fairies.
Didn't need them.
But very impressive fight, as r0bd0g finishing up one of the last puzzles here. I use the word puzzle very loosely.
And some shoes on Volvagia. Not too bad.
Could be useful to r0bd0g. Could have been useful earlier, but good enough.
Kirox just gonna head on out of Fire Temple. Okay.
Yeah, a bit underwhelming, not climbing up, but I can't blame him. The Forest Temple is a bit denser, and we know it is loaded.
Yeah. Storms was also in Way of the Hero London Ranch, and Slime Storms did lack Saria's songs. There is that to consider also.
Okay.
Shuttle, Zeph, that would be interesting, except for Burning Keck is hinted to be junk and Temple of Time is foolish. We don't need our dungeon rewards. We don't need a single stone or a medallion. Mask of Truth is dead. Both Ocarina of Time checks are dead. Burning Keck is dead, and Temple of Time is foolish. They don't need a single stone or medallion this seed.
Yeah, it's quite interesting how those hints were laid out for us, but that's the logical deduction that you can make from them.
Nope, and he's back. Back to fire. There he goes.
Yeah, it looks like he maybe was going over some notes and said, "Oh, Chocolat Mait Bleu, the lab is in Goron City."
Alright, time to start counting again to see how long does it take to full clear every single check in the every single check fire.
Did he get the Pierre is dead hint? I don't know if he did.
Let me check. Where was that kid?
Might have been behind the Deku tree?
It was behind the Deku tree, so he has not seen it. There are 2 skulls up there, though, so you're going up there anyway.
That's true, you are going up there anyway. Good point.
Oh, and Minuet in Forest Temple. LOL! Like that was in the basement.
Finishing up Forest Temple here. Oh, never mind. No Bosky, buddy. Whoopsie!
Yep. We have only... Yeah, this should be Colossus or Back Alley. We'll find out.
One of our final warp songs. Where is it taking us? Bum 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 bum. That's a Back Alley house.
And that's Colossus.
Oh no, it's not. Never mind.
That is Back Alley and Vanilla, but this is Dungeon Entrance. This is Indoors Rando, so that is the Colossus.
That's how it flops on me.
Yep.
But here's some scrubs.
Yep. And this can absolutely still be ALR because that's one of 2 warps we needed. We needed a Colossus warp, and we needed a Back Alley warp. Well, here's one half of it. The ALR dream is still alive.
Yeah, also still alive are my dream for Baby Butterboots, which would allow Baby Link to cross the wasteland if one of those entrances spawns you, like in Gerudo Valley or the Fortress or something like that. I guess maybe we would need a Gerudo Fortress gate open flag for child.
Nice and relaxing music here for Temple Fire Temple.
Yeah, he finally fell in. To this burning ring of fire, he went up, 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 and the flames got higher. And it burns, burns, burns. This deep in fire, this deep in far.
Okay, this is technically still out of logic since we haven't found the randomized Goron tunic, and we don't have a way to Back Alley yet. As adult, doesn't really matter though, because it does feel like this is in all locations reachable. See, and that our final song, Requiem, is going to send us over to the Back Alley as adult. So we should be okay on that. But I'd be impressed if it was ALR for everything but the tunic.
And it looks like r0bd0g taking an unorthodox approach on crossing the wasteland, doing it backwards. Can't get the chest in here. No interest in the Skulltula, but he wants to go to Way the Hero GTG. See if he makes that beeline for the maze and to his hammer.
Overall skulls are not shuffled. And I've turned up the music a bit because it is a little quiet, I suppose. And hey, magic!
Hey yo, in fire, not too deep in there. In the lower maze. That's good news for Kirox.
And then... we strength 3 and light arrows. That is still out of logic because we still don't have a Goron tunic of any kind.
The light arrows were in our Forest Temple. We need to start a bet.
We do need a bet. Where is strength 3?
Yeah, get your guesses ready, chat. As Star sets up the bet, we have full cleared out the Ice Cavern and Dodongo's Cavern. Everything in the Forest Temple minus Ganondorf. r0bd0g shortly will clear out GTG. Kirox did everything minus the toilet and what's behind the Silver Gauntlets block. It's coming down to the wire, though.
Yeah, I'm gonna bet Twin Roba, because why not?
And we've also seen a couple of trial checks.
Shadow
We've seen
Warrior
the
and-
Spirit Trials, and one of the Shadow Trials, and the Forest and the Ice Trial.
Hey, it's another bottle. The worst scrub got hinted to be junk, unfortunately.
Unless you're one of these runners.
Yeah, never happy if worst scrub is junk. But that does nerf Shadow Warrior's bet, unfortunately.
But
And so 1500 is dead too.
can you, Star, imagine anywhere else for Kirox to go after the Fire Temple besides Forest?
Not really. Yeah, bet minigame. Sure, that works, AD. And there's actually a few different things that could be, so I felt that works.
Maybe in... We can't get to the Colossus.
Shadow's a possibility, though, yeah, because Wave the Hero hovers. And the magic.
True.
Hey, there's our last slingshot.
Yeah, Shadow would be a good one.
Fire had two. I don't remember a second slingshot. Well, that might. I'm brain, but that's a second slingshot in Fire Temple. Thanks, game.
Yeah, so this is going to be really interesting to see how these runners finish this thing out.
Double magic.
2 magic, wow. Okay, r0bd0g is going to need to make that fire play. Finding that is going to be big for Kirox. Kirox is in a place that, you know, not a lot of players like. It's memed up. Finds both magics in there. Absolutely required.
Chucking a bomb at his chest and trust.
Big news for Kirox fans. If there's a French restream, I imagine they're going nuts.
Sadly, there is not, to the best of my knowledge. Toilet is not dead. We haven't seen it.
Nope. Might see the toilet. Get your ZSR toilets ready.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Fen, the chest for Pierre is dead. The 2 Skulltulas are still here. Kirox will lose a little time doing the chest, but you still need the skulls.
Yep, and I was gonna grab that bomb refill. Why not? Down to 10.
Well. Yeah, Pierre chest hit is not helpful for skull sanity. There's Rob's hammer.
Yep, no reaction. Just gotta keep going.
I like this tunic and mirror shield color combo here for Kirox.
Looks like Kirox is working on a setup to get down here safely.
They done. Yeah, I like this pink and bright pink and yellow gold combination on the tunic and mirror shield. It actually looks pretty well. Yellow mirror shields don't always work very well, depending on what your tunic color is, but I like this particular pairing. Rob's got a classic red, because it got a similar mirror shield in the deep blue tunic. I kind of like the red, white, and blue. So, Rob's Canadian.
Oh, definitely chat's on it. In case you didn't know, if you're willing to subscribe, you're in for a good time here on ZSR.
Yep, we have plenty of Zelda action going on. We have ZeldaSpeedRuns, randomizers, and randomizers of all Zelda games. We have multiple tournaments going on, we have our weeklies, we have special events, there's plenty to be had. If you like Zelda, you can find plenty of it here.
One of the newer additions is the Skyward Sword Randomizer. No, it's not the most popular Zelda game, but I enjoy it. It's a good time.
Yeah. The Skyward Sword Randomizer is actually currently hosting, the SSR community is currently hosting seeding races for their first tournament event. So their third one will be tomorrow, if I remember the schedule correctly.
And you don't need motion controls, right? Can you play that game on a regular controller?
I actually don't remember. That is perfectly understandable, Mr. Nintendo. Don't worry about that. Always make sure to manage your finances appropriately.
Oh yes, do not take financial advice from ZSR commentators.
I don't recommend it, but no, we appreciate the subs. We would certainly prefer if you can make sure to manage your money appropriately, and if you need to spend the money to pay rent or pay the bills or anything else, that we understand. We don't want people to go bankrupt or anything. We like the subs, but they're not required, of course.
Yeah, bare minimum, you need to pay your internet bill to watch ZSR.
Yeah. Yes, that is fair enough. We're not financial advisors, no.
Alright, one last check here in the Fire Temple. And this is nothing. The second half of Fire is going to be feeling pretty bad for Kirox. Magic might be Rob's Go Mode item. So he might be able to, he might be able to skip the upper part of Fire. We'll see. Have to see where r0bd0g takes it after GTG.
Kirox is playing Serenade, which takes him. Yep, this is a Shadow Temple time. Understandable with Way of the Hero hover boots, I'd say.
Yeah, it's really giving us all the info. Of course, we know it's likely for that Floor Master in Forest Temple, but really exciting here.
And apparently, Kirox spent 17.5 minutes full clearing Fire Temple. That is a lot. Had some execution issues, like playing some extra song at times, but yeah, 17 minutes or so, 17 to 20, depending on execution and other things.
You don't need to jump slash, just roll.
Well, that works.
Yeah, trying to go for a slightly faster strat. You normally see in the Dampe race, right? Jump up that one block. But I think after failing it once, just grab the ledge and climb up. I guess, unless you're like super confident in your ability.
Shreds are slick, but you don't want to lose time to them.
Yep. RSL can go, 4, 5, 6+ hours. This seed, thankfully, looking like it's in the final stretch. And Kirox.
Hey, butter knife.
Kirox knows the opponent he's got in r0bd0g is super efficient, very confident and competent in their abilities. As we get the toilet and a Deku Tree opening up.
That is not Humber's Boots locked to note.
Alright, that's just locked by our hook shot from Malin. So that could, there could be anything in the Deku Tree from Epona's song to strength upgrade to who knows what. A bomb bag.
Yeah, rip the toilet, just some seeds. Epona's could be in Deku, because we do need a logical way over to GTG somehow.
So good news for Kirox. The rest of GTG purple than nothing that he needs. So he might be able to dodge a second dip inside there. That's what he's hoping
Although,
for.
actually, who knows? The problem with that is that then our bomb bag will need to be somewhere else because we currently, our only bomb bag we've seen is in the GTG, and Din's Fire is bomb locked on Spirit Child second chest, so that would make some interesting shenanigans for logic.
Yep, and interesting.
Requiem is a bomb bag. I did miss that. Whoops, that would do it.
Yeah, interesting. Rob here in the crater making plays for the with the hammer. He certainly knows that that bomb bag of his was hammer locked. But it might route him into his magic, which he needs, which will get him his one away from go mode.
Yeah. And no, yeah, that's me. I've missed the Rec bomb bag on Requiem check. That's my fault there. Whoops! Thanks for clearing it up. And thank you, Abby, for gifting us up to Mr. Nintendo. Which reminds me, our current sub goal for ZSR main is we are at 290 out of 325 subs, where if we meet this goal, Trez and a bunch of us other e-streamers are going to do a Minecraft race.
I'm still looking most forward to Trezco's Bob Ross painting stream.
Oh yeah, that'll be a good one.
That's what I want you guys in chat to bug Trezco about. Pull up various screenshots from different Zelda games and have Trezco try to paint them.
A very peppy track indeed, as chat says, for Shadow Temple.
I need a little bit of lightheartedness, and this is one of my favorite Nintendo tracks that they've made. Beautiful. Of course, it gets interrupted by these angry little keys.
Music is the temple music.
Looks like Rob Dog also remembering about this golden scale that he safe scummed earlier.
Alright. Oh yes, chat, I'm giving you a couple of more minutes because I forgot, but to put in bets, where do you think that Strength 3 is?
It's not in GTG. It is not in the Ice Cavern or Dodongo's Cavern. Probably not in the Forest Temple, unless it's guarded by Ganondorf.
Ganon, yeah.
Not in the Fire Temple. Not anywhere in the Fire Temple.
Bad, Worthy. We're looking for Strength 3 at this point.
And keep in mind, it is keysy. We don't need any small keys, so a place like the Water Temple, not a bad place to throw your bet. Rob Dog also has full access to the Spirit Temple. So I'm guessing it's in a temple. That's gonna be my generic bet. Unless someone beats me to it, which would be very mean of them.
You know the rule of Strength 3 and Spirit. That's why I bet Twin Robots. Yeah, so we're gonna close the bet once Kirox finishes this room, pretty much. So chat, get those final couple bets in.
Question in chat, Rob Dog did not do fire. He has his fire boss key, which he found somewhere. but he's not stepped in. Or no, he did step inside. He went. He did the big lava room. I think he saw those ice arrows in there. But after we say that, he's going right back there.
It's now closed. So let's just look to see, where is the Strength 3? We should probably go back over our Way of the Heroes. So we had Market Way of the Hero, confirmed for Hover Boots, probably for Forest Temple in all honesty. But with our logic shenanigans, we have GTG Way of the Hero, that turned up a hammer. Lon Rancher's Way of the Hero, that had a long shot, and it had Saria's song. Saria's song required for Forest Temple. The long shot had Song of Storms. Song of Storms like Saria's song, which is required for Forest Temple access, and long shot is required for Fire Trial. Simple enough logic there. And then our final Way of the Hero was Hyrule Field for a hookshot. So, yeah, or long shot logically, but we are stopped. We are set for all of our Way of the Heroes, so Strength 3 has nothing really pointing to it right now.
Well, we know it's not in the light trial.
Yep.
But Kirox about halfway through the Shadow Temple, and other than that Kokiri sword, not turning up anything.
Deku Tree, it's closed, but it is there, and both magics are upstairs. One is in the lower maze, the other's in the shortcut.
Kirox continuing on, but r0bd0g is bailing.
Ooh, that's no magic for Rob.
Yep, bad news for r0bd0g. Good news for Kirox and Kirox fans. I'm thinking though, maybe r0bd0g heading into Spirit Temple with those silvers? Maybe not.
Quite possible, yes. Yeah, Rob bailing out of fire after the first floor. Trying to stay in logic, knows that he does not have a Goron tunic. What boss key was that?
That was the Spirit Temple boss key, the boss key for Twin Rova.
Okay, so my bet is now still alive because I bet from Rova.
It'll take Kirox going nearly through all of the Forest Temple and Spirit Temple to get there. But you never know. Looks like Rob heading into the castle. What can he do in here? He's, I think, already done the Spirit Trial.
Yes. No, he doesn't
water.
have Dins.
Well, I meant he did the checks in there.
No, Dins was in Spirit Trial. He doesn't have Dins yet, August, so because he didn't have Hookshot first time through.
Oh, he didn't. That's right.
Yeah, full boss key sanity also, because we weren't sure on that previously, but confirming full boss key sanity. It's never really possible to tell for sure, because there's only 5 boss keys. It's obvious and plentiful, but otherwise it's just a guess.
Well, here we are, chat. GS Kirox about to board the boat and travel through the Tunnel of Love. We've set him up with a pair of dates this evening. We're going to see how he feels about these blind dates. Oh wait, no, he's not. He doesn't have Zelda's Lullaby. Damn! Dating game canceled. Sorry.
There's Dins for Rob. WinCon, it's all trials, Gav. Pretty much.
We needed 11 tokens to open up the bridge. We don't need any boss keys for the pig. But we've got the trials complete, and we are gold gauntlets away from no mode. r0bd0g needs to get into the Fire Temple. Fire Temple holds both of his magics. That's the big news for r0bd0g. Needs to make his way over there. GS Kirox needs to get into the Forest Temple, which holds a strength upgrade plus the light arrows, plus Minuet of the Forest, which warps him to the Desert Colossus. These gold gauntlets vanilla? No.
The bow extension isn't too bad, no Cooper. Actual for Spirit Trial.
Ooh, and Kirox doing some bowling. $5 for the first prize. Not worth it.
Nope. Yeah, it's just bow extension.
No bowling today.
No, I mean, it makes sense here, actually, because Lon Ranch was Wave the hero.
Yep. He used those hover boots in the Fire Temple. It didn't really, turn up magic, but where does he go from here? He needs to go to Forest. It looks like, though, he is pulling a Michael Jackson. He's going back child. Or just getting that check. Nope, he's putting the sword back in.
Kind of just for the check. Oh, I guess it's Foolish Temple of Time.
Well, you never know if the runners forget that or taking efficient notes.
That's true. I have seen runners full clear a foolish area even with a hit tracker on their stream.
Yep, you never know. I mean, I've seen people die to King Dodongo and it not be a one-hit KO scene. Anything can happen.
People die to a door. You know the fake door in the Wolfos room of GTG? I saw someone die to that once. Just on standard settings, not even Oko or anything, just standard settings, they died to the door.
You got low health, you gotta be careful.
Yes. Thank you. Merci, Channel Swan, gifting us something SF.
We got a treasure chest mini gameplay. Get your guesses in chat. We got a right first. Oh, 2 rights.
Checking out
Remember,
Wave Hero Hyrule Field. We know this is nothing.
2 rights don't make a wrong. They make a left. And another left.
I'm making fun of Colo in chat for putting in a bet the start left after seeing it was right.
Looks like 2 lefts also make a left. He's gonna be going around in circles. Finds a boss key. Either Shadow or Forest.
Oh, we've seen a Shadow boss key, I'm pretty sure. That we did.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
the Goron
right.
City Scrubs.
Yeah, that's our last boss key.
Yeah, it was.
Looking more and more likely that all locations are reachable.
And that is boss key percent for us. Kirox never bothered picking up the water boss key, but he knows that it is in the Lake Lab entrance for $60.
Yeah, couldn't be in a more convenient spot for him. And very interesting plays here. We got GS Kirox going into the Deku Tree, gonna pick up a couple of hints here. And he's skipped out on. r0bd0g looks like going into Child Spirit Temple.
Not too happy with that first hint. I can't remember which one that was. Pierre Chest?
Yes, I think that's right.
I remember it was one of those 2 hints was the Pierre Chest. Chuck's a nut in frustrations. Can't really blame him. Finishing time? Who knows? We could be here, we could be done in another like half hour maybe. Like 40 minutes. Trials take a while. We could be here for another like 2 hours depending on where the strength upgrade is.
Yeah, r0bd0g looking for strength and magic. Interesting play to come into Spirit Temple can be magic locks, so maybe he's thinking, you know, he needed that minuet to get to Child Spirit to get his magic locked magic.
Yeah, this is gonna this. This is going to definitely, and I'm pretty sure this is going to sub 5. There's just not that much craziness going on, so likely, depending on where the strength 3 is, could sub 4 still. We'll see.
Oh yeah, sub 4 definitely on the tables. Not a whole lot left for Kirox to do, right? He's done Fire Temple, he's done Shadow Temple, he's done a whole lot of GTG. He's got Forest Temple left. That's a big one. Doesn't really, has 0 access to the Spirit Temple, unless he, wants to walk across the wasteland.
Yeah. Kirox just needs to look at. He's been chasing his Way of the Heroes. This Deku Tree is him chasing his Hubbard's Way of the Hero. Probably. Yep. And then also just check density. Like, Deku is very quick. And then, yeah, Forest Temple has to be on this list of 2 things to do, because Song of Storms was in Way of the Hero Ranch, and it did lead to Saria's song. If you want to go for full clear Way of the Heroes, Forest should be somewhere on your to-do list.
Yep, the logic of the seed wants you to get Saria's song to get into the Forest Temple.
Well, Kirox currently can't get into Water Temple, does not have Iron Boots off those River scrubs, or at least he doesn't want to because it's not in logic with gold. Because and Keezy does a decent amount of stuff in logic with gold skills.
Yeah, he's got options. But like I said, I think Forest is the best one going off what he's got left. The densest one. It's gonna be quick.
And there's Requiem.
There's our final warp song. Uh-oh.
Still missing Zelda's Lullaby and Epona song.
Yep, but well, he's still missing Minuet, so that won't quite give him everything. It'll give us the knowledge whether it's beatable only or all locations reachable. I know, chat, we talked a lot about that. Hopefully everyone knows what those terms mean, but if you're new to chat, if you're watching the VOD, don't know what that means. Basically, this seed can be set up in 1 of 2 ways, or everything in the game you can get to without... Oh, wow, there it is. r0bd0g interrupting me by finding the gold gauntlets here in the Child Climb of Spirit Temple.
What? That is our no mode.
Yeah, happy 3 hours, too. We are in no mode. r0bd0g, though, still missing that magic.
That is interesting. Yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, no, really, really interesting place for it. But could end up trolling r0bd0g. He might be bailing out on the Fire Temple. He's left there twice now. But I was explaining all locations reachable versus beatable only. Basically, you can get to anything, anywhere in the game without doing any sort of glitch. Or the game can be set up to be beatable only, in which case certain checks, no matter how many glitches you know or whatnot, you might not ever be able to get to them. And that can be good to deduce in RSL, because it could, close off an entire dungeon or area of the world. With Keezy on this seed, that's less likely to happen. But given that our warp songs are warping us to random places, it is still a possibility.
Alright, so bet winners. That was Child Spirit Climb. So, looking at our premium bets. Our Spirit Temple bets are my bet of Twin Rova. We have, Ben bet in a dungeon. But Spirit Upper Chest in this particular case, I think will take the winner side of things. GG's to, Xbest. I'm sure I botched it, but that's you win. And then on the regular bet side, Spirit Temple wins. For Mr. Nintendo.
Yeah, Temple was a pretty good bet.
Unfortunately, just a bit too generic.
I was just pointing out that anyone who chose a temple location as opposed to the overworld, right? Because you know, 2.5 hours in, we explored a whole heck of a lot of the overworld. Kind of just random checks here and there left for them to explore. But look at that, Kirox has taken out the spider. I think he did it with Lord Banana.
Mr. At that point in time, you were the only person who actually put a spirit temple on the regular sides. Hey, Baro's win. Kind of late.
That actually could save him a little bit of time through the forest temple. Let's see if he can use that to his advantage. Alright, so where does our final warp song take us? My bet is the Market Back Alley. Survey says we have a winner. It's all locations reachable.
What a surprise!
Yeah, I was very suspicious from Serenade taking us to the Nocturne Warp, but that confirms it. The runners still each missing a warp song apiece, so they are not certain, but almost certainly they have a very educated guess.
It certainly feels like ALR. They'd have enough information to know that it is probably ALR.
I do know, I think it's r0bd0g, always wants to see that, the owl warps coming into play. Well, they can throw you a curveball.
I generally don't remember if we've seen the owls.
I think we have. I think they both right to the Gerudo Valley into Lake Play. Although I think r0bd0g went into Domain, so maybe we haven't. That is a 3-hour slingshot game.
Yeah, that's render for you. I'm just finding it can be the problem.
Yeah, so if you're r0bd0g, where do you go from here? You got gold, so I guess you go into Ganon's castle.
Yeah, hey Bacon Cow, welcome in. This is Random Settings League. So we have a Python script that we use to randomize the settings. You can find the settings in a brief explanation under the settings command if someone can put that in.
Hey Bacon Cow, you have an amazing name. Just throwing it out there.
So today we have fairly tame settings. We've got it's 11 Skull Bridge, Gan's Castle Boss Key is missing. It just doesn't exist. And then they just had all trials on, so they had to find just have to find the items for it. So at this point in time, Kirox here is missing light arrows and a strength upgrade from Forest Temple that, along with the minuet, which will get him over to Spirit Temple.
Yeah, he's gonna have to clear out the Forest Temple. It'll be interesting to see what he does when he finds those items in there.
Yeah. And then on r0bd0g's side, he is missing he needs to go Fire Temple. Both of his magic meters are there.
Yeah, he only needs one. But I think the best way to sum up the difference between, you know, the standard tournament that's going on, along with the Challenge Cup, and RSL, the Random Settings League, is that with the standard and the Challenge Cup tournaments, you know what you're getting. Everybody going in before the seed starts knows what the settings are. They know the checks that they're gonna likely have to check, they're gonna be doing. Random settings, nobody, the runners, not us, know anything about what's going on, more or less, before they start up the seed. There are a handful of things like one-hit KO that they're not playing with. There's Mercy thrown at them, kind of like the Zooter devs not randomizing the 100 gold Skulltula item.
I guess just Mercy is possible in RSL. We've had it.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is. It is absolutely possible. We even had no-code minimal during, I think, Losers Quarters or something? Might have been Winners Quarters.
Maybe I'm just thinking of Zoper talking about reformatting the whatchamacallit.
Script.
But yeah, so you don't know what you're getting into. So yeah, you start up the seed and you're checking a Skulltula token, seeing if it's gonna give you a token or a random item. If it gives you a token, you don't know at that point whether gold Skulltula tokens are shuffled just on the overworld, just in the dungeons. So you gotta check everything. Have to have intimate knowledge of every check in the game, intimate knowledge of the randomizer's logic settings and what certain settings imply. You heard a lot of deductions here from us. If you're in chat, you're reading a lot of ways people are deducing that this means that and that means this, and all sorts of crazy stuff that these runners have to wrap their heads around in order to route efficiently and beat their opponent.
Yes, as explained, the standard tournament also is... So, the standard tournament is mostly just item shuffle and the standard song shuffle amongst themselves. Random settings, you're almost guaranteed to have at least some kind of entrance randomizer on, besides just the spawn points, which the standard settings do have currently. And then there is also a lot of sanities, like there are more items that are shuffled, so you can get Scrub Shuffle, you can get Skull Shuffle, you can get Shop Shuffle, there's all sorts of things.
Yep, and there's little things to pay attention to, like the position of cows in certain buildings will indicate cow sanity. I'm not the greatest at noticing that, or even, noting to pay attention to stuff like that, but that's an option. Some casual players of Ocarina of Time might not know that, hey, once you get a bonus song, if you play that to a cow, it gives you milk. Well, the Zooter devs randomize that, so you play a bonus song to all the cows in the game, they'll give you a random item if you enable that setting. So really exciting, though. Here, we see r0bd0g going into the fire temple.
Yep, this will be go mode here for Rob, and likely GG since Kirox is still doing child cleanup. It is understandable, just unfortunately we know where Kirox's go mode is, and this isn't it.
Yes, thankfully, r0bd0g, big branding, maybe that the hover boots were for more than just, whatever was in the forest temple. But it looks like we are gonna sub for this. Do still have to clear out all the trials. But r0bd0g will be racing to the pig, wondering where Kirox is, hoping he's in the lead as we finish this thing up.
Yep. The end is in sight. So, been a pretty interesting scene. Unfortunately for Kirox, went to Shadow Temple, went to Decker Tree. They did not pay off, and that's how Randomizer be sometimes. Kirox has played very well. It's just, and in fact, looked to be ahead for a good while. Just rando will rando. Yeah, Shallow Slide is unfortunate. And there's Rob's go mode. Question from chat for you, August. Are you relieved you'll see the end before work?
Oh yeah, absolutely I am. I got a couple questions for these racers.
It'll be interesting to ask Rob in particular. I'm kind of curious why he chose Fire over Spirit here at the end. Secured him the win, but it's certainly an interesting choice between the two dungeons. Even if Kirox has Forest Temple music playing, he is not actually in Forest.
I'm guessing it was a logic thing. I'm not certain. Well, no, I guess you'd need bombs. No, you wouldn't need bombs. You just need the hammer for your hook shot. So yeah, so I think it might come down to those Way of the Heroes.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a question of where is Zelda's lullaby, because that was logically required to complete this seed, because there was a strength upgrade in Ice Cavern.
And
we will get
shoutouts
the spoiler log after they finish, so we will see where was that ZL for the logic.
Shoutouts to a 3-hour Town's Chicken minigame.
You don't need ZL for the trials. ZL locks a singular check-in light trial.
Yeah, thankfully it doesn't lock the door.
Yeah, even in non-Keezy, it doesn't necessarily lock light trial. No, this has still been well played by Kirox. Just Rando will Rando and Rob will pull out the win. Kirox will, however, be finishing 4th place in the Random Settings League this season with this finish, so not bad at all.
Yep, I think the big play that Kirox made that just turned out to be the wrong one was to go into the Shadow Temple.
Yeah, it made sense. It just didn't pay out. It could have just as easily been Shadow. It could have been Shadow. It could have been Spirit. It could have been Water. And Rando, Rob guessed correctly, and unfortunately, Kirox did not. That's how the randomizer be sometimes.
Oh, Kirox is checking this the Storm's Grotto.
Chasing the wrong way of the hero. Now, finals are to be determined, but winners' finals are Sunday. Marco versus What the Hells will be 4 p.m. Eastern this Sunday here on ZSR.
Yep, we've seen those two racers face off once or twice here or there here on ZSR. RSL is a whole new beast.
And then, so the winner of that will be, so the loser of that will face Rob here in with losers finals, and then whoever wins that match goes on to face the winner of Marco and What the Hells in grand finals.
Yep, Marco won, what, both season 1 and 2, or was it just 2?
Marco won season 2. Oh, what the hell? Sorry. Yeah, so of the standard tournament, Marco won season 2.
And What the Hells has won season 1 of the Random Settings League a couple months ago.
And What the Hells has been consistently a top performer in the standard tournaments as well. It was 2nd place in season 1 and season 2, 4th place in season 3. And both Marco and What the Hells are currently in the top 32 tournament of this season 4 as well. Top runners here. What the Hell's looking to defend his title as the RSL champion.
Yeah, he's got to defend his first place finish here because he's kind of had a streak of 2nd place finishes for a while.
What the Hell is actually 1st seed in season 4 this season, and Marco 6th.
Yeah, season 4 really shook things up with a couple of different settings: closed Deku Tree, random spawn locations. And I think it took a couple of runners a bit of practice before they got into the swing of things. And I remember a couple seeds where qualifiers turning into Marcos like, wait, what? Why are you over here?
Another big change of season 4 is that Gant's Castle is now open with only 2 medallions, and then the Gant's Castle boss key is locked behind 6.
But it's sure to be an exciting finale to Season 2 of a Random Settings League, as well as we're, stuck in the middle of the Standard Tournament. So stay tuned to ZSR. Bookmark the schedule if you need to. Tons of content coming your way. Tons of Zooter.
And there is the schedule for the CSR schedule for those who want to Check it out, because we have a lot going on. The weekend is coming up, and we always have busy weekends. So I'll read off the full schedule at a later point as we wrap up the stream. Because there is a lot to be said.
Yeah, we've got, I think, our third, maybe our fourth high five of the seed, both in Ganon's castle. r0bd0g finishing things up here. He's hungry for some bacon. I know I am.
No, for sure. Got a sub 4 to avoid the second break. Nah, Rob will be fine. It's 3 hours 18. It won't take him 42 minutes to finish Trials and beat Ganon.
Yeah, even with quad damage, I think it would be
He'd still sub 4.
Yeah, exactly.
These runners are of a skill level, or even one-hit KO isn't going to phase them too much. Normal damage, yeah, whichever.
One-hit KO would definitely slow things down to the point where maybe a sub 4 isn't possible.
No, these runners are good at avoiding getting hit, and they have bottles for fairies too, so that's not a concern.
That's true, the fairies.
Hey, well, they're not going to fail. Even on one-hit KO, these runners are good enough they're not going to fail trials for 40 minutes. August.
Not the trials. No. I'm not worried about the trials.
Yeah,
I'm worried about the climb up to the pig. You got Dynalphos, Stalfos, Iron Knuckles. I could imagine if, like, he took a death to all 3 of those fights, plus Ganondorf, plus the pig, and maybe there's an escape sequence on, right?
Even then, I think are pushing it.
There's one final setting that we still have no idea about 3 hours into this. After defeating Ganondorf, is the escape sequence on? Because in one-hit KO, that's terrifying.
Yeah. In normal settings, it's just a couple extra minutes to add to the runs.
Yes. Yeah, that was the real thing, you know, not worried about them dying in trials, not really worried about them dying to Dynalphos, maybe a little to Stalfos, Iron Knuckles are easy enough, but that escape sequence is terrifying on a one-hit KO seed. I've never done it, I've just watched them and my heart beats, you know, faster and faster.
And Kirox is now going for a Stumble, unfortunately, a little too late. That's how random be sometimes.
He'll likely get his light trials, his light arrows. Certainly he's going to get his strength upgrade, but might not make it to Minuet by the time... Might not even choose to clear in, all the way to Minuet by the time r0bd0g finishes here.
Yeah. It's been well played by both runners here, so... Nero's looking the way of the hero, even outside one-hit KO or quad damage. And today we had Scrub Sanities. It can in Scrub Sanity and or Grotto entrance rando. Nero's Love can be way of the hero to access the Grotto in Goron City, which has a couple scrubs normally, can be shuffled to have something else in Grotto ER.
Yeah, if you think it's bad enough to chase away the hero and find like a tunic or a wallet, or even a bottle, it's really bad if you chase away the hero and find Nehru's Love.
Yeah, you're just like, really, game? Really?
Here we are with the dwarf fight. Let's see how r0bd0g takes him out. He's got his bottle on C left. There's the jump slash. And there it is. There is the escape sequence.
Time for collapse.
Corpse of the dwarf. And we're going down.
I'm pretty sure this is gonna sub 330. This collapse doesn't take that long, and neither does Ganon. Pretty decent time, all things considered, for random settings. I think the average is a little closer to 4 hours.
Yeah, absolutely. Routed things in very well. I still kind of would like to see maybe a smaller side tournament of spoiler log races from the Random Settings League. I think that would be pretty cool.
Would. You know, have some amount of time, probably quite a bit, to study the spoiler log, plan out a route, and then play it. But for random settings, it would have to be a fairly long study time, because there is a lot to deal with in random settings. You have entrances, you have win conditions, you have sanities, there's all sorts of things.
Yeah, seemed like this seemed kind of linear. So, you know, might not be the best candidate, but some of these, you know, it could be like, all right, which hook shot do I get? You know, this one and this bomb bag might be a good route, but if I get this other hook shot, then I can route in the hammer and, you know, this chew pack later on. So it could get really exciting, I think, as this exciting race is coming to a close.
Yeah, so hovers were way of the hero today because you could not get to the Floor Master in Forest Temple without a which had your first strength upgrade in Logic without a you could not get to the Floor Master without being able to use hover boots, because there was no strength upgrade in Logic. We never did see Zelda's Lullaby.
Yep, the hover boots weren't needed for the Shadow Temple, needed for the Forest Temple here. Actually, I guess not needed for the Forest Temple, right? You can just push the block?
Strength.
Or wait, no, you didn't have
strength.
strength.
Is Floor Master.
Yeah, that's right. Oh, wow.
Yeah, because Gazelle must be somehow strength locked. There's lights for Kirox.
But is gonna continue. Those don't really do much for him.
No, they don't. They really don't. Doesn't have a whole lot else to do. It's this and the Water Temple, really. You might as well just stick around.
Yep.
Yeah, could have been for that too. Purple hovers for Shed. Well, no, Purple, because the Kokiri Sword in Shadow Temple was not. Well, it's magic lock, so that couldn't have been your first magic. Actually, couldn't have been your logical Goron tunic. You had to find the Goron tunic somewhere else, because Deku Tree was magic locked.
But here we are. What is it? 206 minutes in, ladies and gentlemen, here on ZSR. Here's Ganon. Now, he is
Child's Spirit having the other Goron tunic makes sense.
Yep. But Ganon here is a cheap piggy, swinging away Link's best offensive weapon. Rob Dog, a smart, big brain boy. He stored up a jump slash with that Master Sword. He's going to use his hammer to damage Ganon with that Master Sword damage. And as easy as that, Phase 1 is down. Rob Dog reunited with his Master Sword. Princess Zelda still standing helplessly beside. As Kirox approaches his silver gauntlets. Let's see if we have any shield dancing going on the left side of the screen.
And there's his
there
first
it is.
Strength 3.
Strength 2.
Strength 2. Let's see. Yeah, we do have some Pictionary spoiler log races that are organized over at the Silver Gauntlets. We do host them from time to time, though we are currently very, very busy with the Challenge Cup. We will probably resume them in maybe a month or two when we're not buried in the Challenge Cup.
And here is r0bd0g resuming the final blows to the fight. Princess Zelda imbuing the Master Sword with its magical essence. There is your slice, your dice. Who's hungry for some bacon? Get your GGs in chat. r0bd0g finishing in first place with an official race time of 3 hours, 27 minutes, 37 seconds. Quite the race from these amazing runners. Kirox just about putting all the pieces together. Unfortunately, could not get there before r0bd0g took it home.
Yep. All right, so yeah, we're gonna get both runners in for interview here. Let me switch scenes to the interview scene and turn the music on.
Yep. And as mentioned before, the r0bd0g will go on to face the winner of What the Hell's Happened versus Marco, the loser, sorry, which will take place this Sunday. We'll get you a full cast of the upcoming races here as we await our racers. Make sure you go give them a follow. Without them racing these amazing races, we won't have them to watch being raced.
Where was Zelda's Lullaby? Water Temple boss key chest. Lol. That is possible in small easy, as hilarious as that sentence sounds.
Yep, very early access to that. Well, not very early, but somewhat early. But no real need to grab that one.
Alright, so yeah, let's see if we can get them in. I'm waiting on Rob to get into a voice call so I can drag him in, and then just need to tow Kirox up from the attorney locals. Looks like my Discord did blow up while this was happening. Alright, so, yep. Yes, this is the right channel for RSL, Rob. We are on ZSR. If you could join us in join a VC, then we can tell you in as hi Kirox, GG's.
Hi, GG's.
That was quite a grace.
Oh,
and here we go. Hey Rob, GG's as well to you.
We saw you, Kirox, just about to put all the pieces to that puzzle together, but that
yeah, I think I was like maybe 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Was there
collapse was on. You gotta have another 5.
So 25. Okay.
Yeah. Also, both of you are pretty quiet, so I turned you up in the dashboard, but you guys are a little quiet. Heads up.
I just saw where Lullaby was, and I'll be honest, I didn't even think of that. I was like, oh, there's only 2 chests in water.
Chest. No,
there's only 2 chests in water, I ain't going there. Yeah.
No, it's Boss Keezy, something that, Small Keezy, sorry, something that I honestly kind of forgot too. There was quite a few checks in water. You could have done Dark Link, River, the Skull before, the
All
River
the Skull, 3 of them.
Morpha.
Yeah, but that place sucked.
Map, compass, like there's a lot in Water Temple in Logic that ZL and Small Keezy. It's kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's speak.
I don't know if anybody told Kirox, but Logical Bomb's on Requiem as well.
Yeah, Requiem check. What's your Logical Bomb there?
Yeah, I was just about to fill Kirox in on the rest of the seed there. Just found the Silver Gauntlets. The Minuet of the Forest was in the basement there of Forest Temple, which took you to the Great Fairy Fountain entrance in Colossus. So that was your kind of all locations reachable thing there.
Yeah. From the length that this seed took to gen, it gen for a solid 2 minutes. I'm like, this is ALR warp shuffle. There's no way it's not.
Yeah. And then you're
the first couple of warps too. The first couple of warps were like all the cack, and I started to doubt. But then came the warp to Bolero, and I'm like, oh yeah, here it is. I'll admit, I was expecting to find Requiem and not the actual just Goron tunic, though. But
Requiem of Spirit was in the Deku Tree, which took you to Night Cack, so you could buy that as yeah. or the back
A
market.
night market. You mean. Market, yeah, it had to
Yeah.
be market.
But quite
Yeah,
the interesting seed. At one point, Rob, right? I was thinking, all right, Forest Temple, Ice Cavern looked like a good play, but then you went around the Deku Tree, saw that Fountain Baron. Did that influence your route a little bit? It kind of took you a little longer to get into Ice and then divert into Forest.
No, I knew I had to go to Ice for the strength.
Right.
Fair
So
enough.
I'm not sure what exactly took me to get there. I don't really feel like I was wasting time. I don't know.
No,
I was probably
not really.
following the logic of something.
Yeah. I think
Not
that was
quite
right
sure
after you
what it
got your
was.
Ocarina, and then you got your long shot.
So
Yeah.
the thing,
Also,
funny
how about that ocarina?
oh my god! Imagine you just went to Ice. Can you even get a bottle without an ocarina? I don't think you can. Imagine that crazy play going to Ice.
Cool.
I'm gonna
Oh,
say
man.
something here, man. That break kind of bailed me out because I was not even thinking. I was not thinking about Epona's song check at all. I should have got it when I went adult, on the way adult, before I went to Ice. But I just was not thinking about it at all. And then at break, I'm like, okay, I must be missing something here. So I pulled out my checklist and I started combing it. And I was like, oh, Epona's song at Way of the Hero Ranch. So I
Wow.
immediately finished up Ice and bailed. If that break had been at 3 hours like I wanted, it could have taken me another 20 minutes probably to find that hook shot.
Then that would have
But
made a
then-
difference.
And then we got that was hook 1 though, not hook 2.
Correct.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, and I was thinking, we got Way of the Hero GTG. I should probably go there, but then it's like, it's way out of logic still. Game says Forest Temple, but and I went and I did it, and I stuck the whole thing out too because we got the strength upgrade at Falling Ceiling, and I was like, oh okay, this is probably why hover boots are Way of the Hero because this is strength 1, but then the other strengths still have to be locked behind it somehow. But it wasn't enough to put anything else in logic, so I stayed. I don't know how I feel about that, but Minuet, it was sort of helpful to have Minuet, so...
Well, otherwise you're looking for strength 3 for, God knows how long.
I mean, if you play out of logic, so you don't bother sticking around for Minuet, you would probably think, you know what, I'm just going to go out of logic to Spirit as well after GTG, and you would probably get your strength then.
Yeah,
But at
that
the
was
same
my
time,
next
if you're the
pick.
kind of person that plays out of logic, you probably don't go to Forest at all. So it could take you a long time before you find strength 2.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we saw Kirox grab the long shot and head straight to GTG. Grab that hammer first.
And then with hammer, I went to fire, which got me magic, and then I got baited into shadow, of course, which gave me Kokiri sword, so I did Deku. And then basically everything except forests, because I didn't want to go because I was a strange out of logic, so
Yeah.
I wasn't feeling the forest play, but turned out it was
Yeah,
the right play.
I mean, for a long time there, that would have been your best in logic place if you were following the logic there.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
But
Keezy kind of throwing that
you're probably
curveball at
thinking,
you.
You're probably thinking, just bombs or something, not a strength. Because I mean, it wasn't even strength; it was just Minuet for bombs was the logic.
Yep.
Strength and light being in there was just a big old. Well, strength wasn't because that was why hovers are Way of the Hero. But
Yeah,
light
that was
speed
their first logical strength upgrade in Forest.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that's okay. So you were supposed to go to courtyard, okay?
Yeah, the floor master chest.
Yeah,
Yep.
I went to shadow because I didn't know what the others were Way of the Hero for. But
Made sense.
Yeah,
Your butter
magic
knife
was
was
my
the first
go, so I
check of
didn't-
Shadow.
What?
Your
What was
butter
that?
knife was the first check of Shadow Temple.
Nice. Yeah, I was worried something like that might turn up. Where's the other magic, by the way? Did you ever see that?
I was
Fire.
about to bring that up. The other magic is on the shortcut chest, Kirox. So you went in there, you found magic. That must have been feeling good. But you stuck around, and then shortly you found second magic. That must have told you, oh, awesome. If Rob, skips fire for a while, I have an edge here with this magic, and I'm sure that's what drove you into the Shadow Temple.
Yeah, I wanted to push my advantage because I think I didn't think Rob would go that quick into fire, so I
it was the last
maybe,
thing I did for sure.
Yeah, I thought maybe if it was just a bomb bag that put in everything in logic and then everything is behind magic, but no, that wasn't the way the seed worked. So.
Yeah,
you went into fire
Goron...
3 times, right, Rob?
Yeah, 3 times. I dipped it once early on because I had the hovers, and I'm like, what are these even for? It was one of my best places left at that point. Because, I mean, Ocarina on Skull Mask, who does that?
Yeah, save
some
of those shoes.
And then the second time, again, the logic was out. I didn't have Lullaby for my strength 2. So I was like a little bit iffy on going to Spirit there. Spirit was my best play for density-wise, but I wanted to clean up some of those stray bombable checks because anybody could just spend a spare 2 and easily find something there. So I felt like it was safe to go around to the bombable stuff. And the first loop of fire as well was in logic, so that seemed all right. And then I went Child and did Child Spirit instead for some reason, hoping that maybe my Minuet would actually be useful. And I did find the Goron tunic down there. I almost skipped it because I forgot skulls were shuffled in dungeons.
Yeah.
And then finally the Goron tunic that led me into fire after clearing out Light Trial.
Yeah, breathe that sigh of relief.
Fun. That seems logic was certainly something.
Oh man, I absolutely hated this con. It's like 11 skulls, no boss key. I'm like, oh come on, don't do this to me.
That was pretty much open for all intents and purposes.
Yeah, I was like, yes, a stupid seed against Rob Dog, and then next hint is all trials on, so never mind.
Please, against what the hell is Americo? Give me all sanity 12 MQ. This is what I need.
12 MQ. Let's do it.
Yeah, no dungeon info though. Funny seed though. The heroes were kind of helpful-ish if you followed them.
Market was really annoying, actually.
Yeah, the hovers were just kind of like really.
You really don't need those hovers.
You don't.
Yeah, you get down to like 3 checks. You're just like, okay, I guess I will rush 20 skulls, and then you just get a useless item.
Right. Nope. The 3 checks were that. Skull Mask, and I don't remember what the third thing was. Turns out you wanted Skull Mask and not 20.
Yeah.
But it's 11 skull bridge. You're getting 20 skulls anyway.
Hovers lead to slingshot, lead to fire arrow. What? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that took a bit. GTG wave the hero for that hammer. Ranch wave the hero for both opponents, for both Song of Storms and Longshot.
And Saria's.
Song of Storms is locked Saria's. That's why it's waved hero.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
And Irons. And then, Irons are behind it too.
Oh yeah, Irons, right. And then Field wave the hero, obviously, for the long shot. For the hook shot first, sorry. First hook shot logic. Oh man.
Well, thanks again to these runners. Thanks to our trackers behind the scene, of course, as always. Thanks to my co-commentator Star. But this race was so hype, it got me up at 5:30 a.m. I am gonna get ready for work and wish you guys a good day and catch y'all another race another day. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Thanks for the restream.
Thanks, August. Yeah, so shoutouts to my co-com August here for sticking with me. Both of us rolled out of the bed pretty early for this, so yeah.
Yeah.
No, GG's to both of our runners here. Kirox is unfortunately out of this tournament, but is taking 4th place, so GG's to you on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't mind. I lost again Marco and Rob Dog, which are clearly better than me, so I have no shame.
And that's really, can't complain to going out to Rob and Marco.
Yeah.
Thanks for the race, man. That was kind of a weird seed, man. Stressful seed, but
yeah. Yeah.
It was fun in the end. I might I might have a different tune. I might be calling like "This Seed Sucks" if magic was in water, but
Yeah, I was thinking about going
or
water
behind
when I
Lullaby
find
or something.
irons, because of course I'm against r0bd0g. He hates water, so maybe it's the good play. And then I never went anyway, because without Zeal, yeah.
Yeah. All right, good games, everyone.
GG's.
So,
And good luck against
when's
Marco or what the hell.
Thank you. When's the next match?
That was exactly what I was just going to talk about. Perfect timing. So, Winners Bracket Finals is this Sunday at 4 p.m. Eastern, 9 p.m. UTC, 10 p.m. CST. That will be between What the Hell's Happened and Marco. That will be restreamed here on this channel. At ZeldaSpeedRuns, so that the winner of that will be going to grand finals. The loser of that goes to face Rob, and then between Rob and whoever loses, the winner of that then goes on to grand finals. So that should be interesting. It can be a really good match. Marco and What the Hell's have raced each other many, many times in standard. What the Hell's the defending champion of random settings, having won the first season. So should be some good final matches here. And we wish Rob luck for the last match or two of the league. Which one do you want to face less, out of curiosity? Though if you win, you're going to end up with both anyway.
I have to beat both of them if I want to win the tournament. So honestly, it's more a question of who do I want to face less twice.
Yeah.
So I honestly have no idea. Right?
They're both terrifying opponents.
I think I go about even with both of them.
Yeah.
I think against Marco, it's going to be close regardless of the seed. But against What the Hells, if it's more of a straightforward seed, it's going to be more of a blowout in his favor. But if it's really complicated, it might be the other for me. So I think in both cases, it's going to be like 50-50.
Yeah, no clear favorite in either matchup. It should be really interesting.
I have no idea. No idea. I'm frightened regardless.
Oh, for sure. It will be very interesting to watch, though. Looking forward to winners finals this Sunday, and then losers finals and grand finals. The last few matches of the league. But no, that'll be GG's to you both. Let me take a look at the Zelda speedrun schedule. So, today we have 2 matches for the Standard Tournament Season 4. We have at 3 p.m. Eastern, in a little over 3 hours, we have Winners Bracket Round 2 between Mr. Mario and Seize. Then we have at 11 p.m. Eastern, we have a late night match, Losers Bracket Round 1 between Mr. Martin and Fodzilla. Tomorrow, we have a very, very loaded schedule as per the typical. I'm not going to read off Sunday schedule because there's way too much going on. We have Zelda galore this weekend as is typical. We have 11 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. We have Winners Bracket Round 2 of the Standard Tournaments between Kevin818 and Fanta Tanked. We have at noon Eastern the Majora's Mask Randomizer Standard Weekly Race. Also at noon, we have these. We have 3 rings at noon, actually. We have the Skyward Sword Randomizer Winter Tournament seeding race number 3, and the Standard Tournament Losers Bracket Round 1 between Casey Nexel and Gavaroni. Then at 3:15 Eastern tomorrow, we have the Losers Bracket Round 1 between Daredevil X and Zoopal. They have the Wind Waker Randomizer bi-weekly spoiler log race at 3:50 Eastern. At 6 p.m. Eastern, we have the Ocarina of Time Randomizer Standard NA Weekly. And then at 10 p.m. Eastern, we have the Zelda 2 Randomizer Weekly Race. So that is our full, very loaded schedule for tomorrow. We have Sunday, more matches. We have the EU Weekly. We have some more Standard Season 4 matches. And we have the Winners Bracket Finals of Random Settings, as mentioned. So if you want to... if you want even more Zelda action, there is plenty more to be had. Give us all a follow here at ZeldaSpeedRuns. Also, give our runners a follow too as a shout out. We also put out the shout outs earlier, but shout outs again to our runners here, Kirox and Rob. And for Zelda Speedruns, we have here on Zelda Speedruns main, we have also Zelda Speedruns 2, Zelda Speedruns _3, and Zelda Speedruns _4. This is not a routine week for the Freaky Friday. It will be back next week with a Valentine's Day special, I believe. And thank you everyone in chat for watching also. This will be it for us tonight. For us today, we are going to go over and say hi to Grunas, who is currently doing an Ocarina of Time beta quest playthrough here. It looks like some blackout, so we're going to go say hi to Drew, see how they're doing. Beta quest, for those who don't know, is entrance random of a different variety. It's decoupled, and there isn't really logic, so it's going to be a bit of a story. But we're going to say hi to Drew, see how they're doing, and thanks for watching, everyone.
See you next race.
Alright, they can't hear